Hello, Philadelphia! I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
Good morning! Happy Friday to all across the Delaware Valley. It's Friday, and this is the Anthony Gargano Show, brought to you by TrueMark Financial Credit Union. Check out the credit union difference at truemark.com/PHLY or stop into one of our branches. Got to check it out. All right, today is a little bit of the little basketball because it begins. Next week is the draft, and we've already had some movement. The Bulls fire sale is underway. Caruso, who had been linked to the Sixers, a possible target for the Sixers, traded to OKC yesterday, which prompted our boys who do the All PHLY Sixers show to do an emergency podcast. And yeah, that was interesting because Caruso was one of those names that was mentioned to fill out the roster. Also yesterday, Shams Charania, who does a great job covering the NBA. Well, Shams reports the Sixers' interest in Paul George has waned. Now, as the Bulls' fire sale goes on, that will include Zach LaVine. And you start to think about it, part of what Shams said was the Sixers' interest in PG has waned because they think there could be better options to utilize their cap space. Well, that would mean trading for a player. So if you look around and you go, well, Paul George, free agent, right? You don't have to give up anything for him. So that's why it makes sense to make the big play for him. Well, if there's somebody else out there that is unhappy, that makes a ton of money, can you land them? Well, Zach LaVine could be that guy. Bulls are engaging in a fire sale. I like Zach LaVine better than Paul George. I just like the fit. I like the youth. I like the age better. With Maxey, Embiid, he's become a much better three-point shooter. He can fill it up. It gives you, another scoring option to kind of lessen the load for them a little bit, right? Because one of the things that we saw in the playoffs against the Knicks is, listen, Embiid and Maxey can be dynamic together, but you need somebody else. You need some other scoring. And there wasn't enough consistent scoring for the Sixers outside of their big two. Well, Zach LaVine takes care of that, right? So you get Zach LaVine, and if you get a nice four to go with you, I think that's a good start as Morey tries to rebuild the roster. I like that. So I'm curious now, what do you have to give up for him? The money is the key. The fact that you have that kind of space, you know what? You could get him for relatively cheap. I'd be all in for that. I'm looking forward to that. I like to see that kind of happen. It's going to be interesting. Like, this is where it all starts, right? Yesterday, first trade of the offseason, and it's going to take us into the draft. Speaking of the draft, today is the anniversary of one of the worst trades in Sixers history. Now, there's been quite a few, right? But the Mikal Bridges draft day trade still haunts us. We still can't get over it. You draft Mikal Bridges. Now, in fairness, I don't think many people thought, even when they drafted him, that he would blossom into this kind of player. Now, the Sixers should have. They should have realized that he's a Jay Wright, Villanova player, and Villanova players have a chance to blossom, right? Like, they have a chance to blossom. His game, and if you look at it, he could shoot the ball, right? He developed a really good scorer, and he's a terrific defender. Like, he's a wing that we all needed. We were in love just because of the 3-and-D possibilities. He's become a star. Like, he's He's the player on Brooklyn. I could see him taking his game into a next stratosphere like Brunson. Like, you could totally see that. And the fact that the Sixers traded him, it was all because of that Heat unprotected pick. That was why they moved him. That when they got offered that pick, that was why they decided to trade Mikal Bridges, which we still rue. Remember, it's been nothing but thighs and breasts for the Sixers, no wings, right? Like, I mean, we've been chasing wings forever in this town. It's ridiculous. And so ever since the process began, there's been a dearth of wings. You finally had one and you moved him. And to make matters completely worse, he was a hometown kid, right? Beautiful family. In fact, as you know, his cousin, the great Devon Givens, is one of our great Sixer people here. He will join us today along with his cousin, Mikal Bridges' dad, Jack Bridges. And we're going to relive that moment. It is the anniversary of that trade, and we're going to relive it from the Bridges family and what that was like. Oh, my God. I still, to this day, can't believe it. It's one of the worst trades ever. Phillies, got to thank Charlie Manuel again. The skip was just a blast. One of the most gracious people. By this point, I think he's met most of the Delaware Valley. And if he hasn't, and you'll be next soon, because he loves the people here. He cherishes his status as beloved figure. He was hanging out yesterday. I'm watching him, and him and his wife, Missy, who's a sweetheart. I'm just watching everybody. You know, he's taking pictures and chatting it up, and it was just a beautiful day hanging with Charlie, who is the great uncle of the Delaware Valley. Phil's back at it tonight against Arizona. And I don't know about you, but I get like bad vibes from Arizona. I don't like the Diamondbacks. And obviously, last year contributed more. There's something about them. I just go, ugh, Diamondbacks. I still can't believe. That has to be, and we don't talk about that much. And I'm curious. I was in jail serving my sentence from leaving radio during that period of time. So I wasn't on the air. And I'm thinking to myself, that loss to come home 3-2, to lose that series is almost as bad as Tampa and the NFC Championship, last game of the Vet 2002 season. That was stunning. Now that Arizona's back, like, you get the reason, right, that Arizona won. Pitched backwards, right? Phil's bat sitting fastball, and got caught off kilter. I still can't believe they lost that series. One of those losses that you go, what? What happened? Just defies logic that they lost that series. We got the Brain, TV Todd, and the Friday Five all coming your way. That's popping off, brought to you by Olipop, the soda that's good for you. Supports gut health, but you don't care about that. It's tasty. It's delicious. Buy yours at your nearest Wawa. Let's go to our boys. Good morning, JP, John Zapata.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. My man, VG. Molly, she's Greg Caputo.
Happening.
All right. Let's start backwards. Arizona's in town. It's one of those losses that, to me, is inexplicable.
I still get kicking the Jimmy Pains when you talk about it, man. It's just, there was unfathomable at the time. Like, they have one or two good players, you know? Corbin Carroll kid. Gallen didn't even have a good series.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It leaves you
How do they lose
speechless,
it?
guys. That whole series.
Their number 2 starter.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You know, like, their pitches, damn, are you kidding me?
Junk.
It was, and they threw junk.
And it looked like,
and that was part of the problem.
They had like invisible.
The Phil's first pitch hacking.
First pitch, third pitch. It was like they had an invisible chemical they threw on it for Nicky. He was just swinging blindly that whole series.
But who thinks you come back from Arizona, you're up 3-2? nobody in the right mind would think that the Phillies would lose the series. I was off the air, so I'm screaming and yelling at my family.
Out the window.
Like, good morning. No, it's not a good morning. This morning sucks. The Phillies lost. How did the Phillies lose? That was one that hurt. It was one of the ones that hurt as much as one in history.
Especially felt like the script felt like 2022, right? Because you beat Atlanta in the second round. You got a team that's similar to San Diego Padres. You're thinking you're going to roll through the series. Like you mentioned, a 3-2 lead. Citizens Bank Park was electric throughout the whole entire series. And then you lose in 7 because...
Is it fair to say for you guys it's one of the all-time toughest losses? Like, we don't talk about that. I'll never forget, we were not... When the Eagles lost to Tampa in the last game of the Vet, long before you were here.
I was picking my boogers.
All right, yeah. We didn't stop talking about it for months after. And it felt like now, obviously, the season begins and they're off to this electric start. So we don't need to wallow, right? It kicks us right out of the wallow. But leading up to the season, I mean, that was one of these ones I'm still going, oh, man, that hurt.
Oh, man, I was making the World Series plans, ready to go, you know? Kettle Marte.
Yes!
Stop it.
Dude.
I mean,
He
Kettle
haunts me,
won?
man.
You gotta be kidding me.
All those stolen bases, man.
God forbid. It was horrible. Walker. Oh,
Kimbrel.
man.
Norristown boy.
Oh.
Kimbrel. I mean, we should have known bringing a Brave in. Problematic.
Yeah.
Now he's ridiculous with the Orioles this year. It makes no sense.
It makes that's relievers. I've always said are like kickers. One year they're great, and the next year they're trash. And then as soon as you count them out because they're trash, then they all of a sudden go out and pitch well again.
David Robinson.
Right.
Oh, my
Great
God.
elsewhere, trash year. He's having another decent year.
I remember Jose Mesa.
Ooh.
Right? He was a great trash.
Yes.
Right? Kickers are the same way, you know.
Yeah.
Kickers are the same exact thing. There's just something about closers and kickers.
We've been lucky here, though, you know?
Oh, huge.
With Akers and Elliott. We've had some good runs.
Elliott, you know, that's an underrated thing because you hate to bemoan, like when you're chasing a kicker because they blow, that's the worst. Yep. That's where you're like, oh my God, it was 38-yard field goal. You can't even, and even now, they're even more important because they're used so much more infrequently that when they do kick, it's important.
You don't think about the position until you need a clutch kick at the end of the game, right?
No, it's spot on. All right, so I got to throw this to you guys. Today is the anniversary of the Bridges trade.
It's painful, cuz.
It's our Sam Bowie moment.
Yes, right. Yes.
Dude.
Do you remember Sam Bowie?
I mean, I've seen the documentary.
You've heard the story, right? Imagine the Portland Trailblazers would take Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan.
But Bowie was good in college, no?
He was great in college when he was hurt. He was at Kentucky, and he was hurt. And
they needed a big too, right? The
Blazers. But like,
you're
Jordan,
right.
It was just like, what? Like, I remember I'd being a kid watching the draft going, how could you not take Jordan?
But did everyone think...
And I was,
Did everyone think Jordan was going to be that good coming out of UNC? Like, I mean, Jordan...
You knew he was great. Nobody thinks you're going to be the best player in the history of the game.
The problem was he was in that North Carolina system, so he only played like 18 minutes a game. Dean Smith was crazy about his rotations, so it's not like he was putting up like 25.
His talent was unquestioned.
Yeah.
Like, it was that, it was like that. Bridges.
Okay.
You needed a wing. And it was the unprotected heat pick that swayed Brett Brown. Remember?
Yeah, he was
Brett was the GM at the time. That was post collars, right? Remember Brian Colangelo and the big collars, the Dracula collars, right?
I remember that.
Right?
Buffoon collars.
Right.
Like, come on.
It was amazing. And one of the other crazy stories was the whole
burner
Twitter
accounts, burner phone.
Right? Like Twitter, like what? The wife. It was the wife and him.
That's such a Sixer story, though, cuz. Like, he got the burner. I feel like he was the first one to get exposed with the burner account. Yeah. And then here he goes throwing his wife under the bus.
I'll never forget. I was talking to somebody, dude, and I go, listen to me. This is a big story. I said, you got to get in front of that, man. It'll blow over.
No. A grown ass man with a burner account?
Oh my God. That was terrible. Anyway, Brett's the GM.
But that's problematic right there. Brett Brown is the GM.
Zaire Smith.
Zaire. Oh, hearing that
Zaire.
Brett was one of the nicest people I ever met.
Yeah, he
was. Oh, man. Zaire. Are you kidding me?
What did he see?
Zaire Smith.
I still don't get it.
He's got a chance to become Kawhi Leonard.
See, that's
like
where
they were talking about
man,
because Kawhi wasn't a great offensive player in college, but was a good athlete, that he would somehow become Kawhi. Oh my God, Kawhi me having to deal with that. Oh Lord. And we're like, no man, stay with Bree. And the next time going, why would you trade him? Like I get the pick and all this you got a player. You need a wing player.
he would still be here.
Yes.
If we would have drafted him.
Yeah.
He would still be a Philadelphia 76er.
And ultimately, of all the moves, like, listen, Fultz hurt. Kind of made sense why you want to Fultz. I don't know why. Like, the minute you spoke to him, you should have ran, but okay. I get you wanted a secondary ball handler off of Simmons. All right. The Bridges one has hurt us the most. Out of all those process moves, I think Bridges, like that you had him. It makes it the biggest mistake of them all.
Yeah, that's the thing. You had him right there. You drafted him, and then you trade him for nothing. And it's like we're still chasing it.
Still chasing.
Yeah.
That dynamic wing.
It's almost like it's just the cruel irony of this franchise. Like we said that Drew Holiday's the first move of the process.
Yeah.
And they had the wing from a winning program, local ties. They had all the intel they could get on the kid. And no, Brett Brown, the temporary GM, doesn't like it.
Well, we're going to talk to Mikal's dad, Devon's cousin. We're keeping it in the family
That
today.
should be good.
So we're gonna have that conversation. But bringing it to the present with the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
So Caruso gets moved yesterday, and he was a guy linked to the Sixers. Same vein, Sham Charania tweets, well, hey guys, the Sixers' interest in Paul George has waned.
Great news. Couldn't have been happier when I read that, right?
I don't know if I'm buying it, though.
I don't know if I'm buying it
Yeah,
either.
but what's the move? Why? Who's puts this story out there and why?
Because it's a Sharms I don't trust.
You don't trust Shams?
I feel like sometimes he has an agenda because obviously
Well,
he's got the
does.
connections.
The agent.
He's usually on the agent side.
Yeah.
But what would the agent gain from this coming out?
Well, I mean, it all depends on, kind of where, are you trying to drive Paul George? Paul George is going to get the max no matter what. So I don't know why the money's not the motive. I'm not sure. I will say this. If the Bulls are having a fire sale, and they're looking to move Zach LaVine, that's an interesting move.
All in. And there's some people in the chat room scared. They don't want this Levine stuff. They don't want the injuries. One guy called him a Tobias.
Nah, I'm not
I
going
don't see that at all.
Wow. Listen, in fairness, he's not Tobias.
No, not at all.
But he could go down that road.
Tobias Road?
Well, not as bad as Tobias. Tobias is over here. Like, Tobias is an all-time disaster, right?
Yes.
An all-time, I want to play on a losing team. That's what he is. But is Zach LaVine ready for a good team and a playoff run? I don't know.
That's where I'm at. Like, does his game translate to championship-style basketball?
Listen, his game is a fit.
Okay.
Right? With Embiid and Maxey.
For sure.
But to your point, and I don't know this, can he come up and shine in big moments?
How many playoff series do you think Zach LaVine's played in his career, cuz?
Yeah, I know.
The only
He's got a stink to him.
Yeah, but is that bad team stink?
Yeah, what's his stink?
Or is it a Zach stink?
I think it's the injuries is like a big thing, and this franchise is at such a detrimental point in its time that if you go for a player who has a stink, I feel like a lot of fans are just like, I don't want it.
Well,
I don't want to
he's
take.
not,
I don't
he's
want
not
to
here
take a
for
gamble.
6 years. He's got 1 year left on his contract. So if he comes and stinks,
But if he gets
still
hurt,
got
he
the
has
slot.
injury prone. So if he comes here, gets hurt, you just wasted a year with a hurt guy, and this is the year that we're all talking about.
dude, I mean, again,
that's what we do here, brother. We just waste years. We're good for that. Why change?
he's young.
Yeah, he's 29.
So, that's prime years where he's at. And while, the injuries are the injuries. I mean, I never thought the guy was like jaking it. Like I never thought that at all. But Paul George at 33, right at the end of your prime, versus Levine that's entering your prime.
Yeah. He had a sprained ankle last year, wasn't healed right. He's like, I'm done with the season. Get surgery. I'm going to be right for next year. I'm good with that.
And if I could, put on my optimism glasses like I always do, like we talk about Paul George, Levine's coming here not as the main guy where he has been in the past. He's coming here to be the third alongside Maxey and Embiid, and I think that with taking off some of the pressure,
he fits on the squad.
Yeah,
he fits when you next to Maxey and Embiid. Like one of the things that looking at the scoring, they struggle to score outside of Embiid and Maxey.
That's right.
They had nobody. Tobias didn't step up. I mean, Zach LaVine is going to get open looks.
Yeah.
I mean, with Maxey and Embiid on the floor, you're going to get space.
Okay, so you might get the scoring, but who's going to play defense?
Well,
dude, what's your problem?
I mean, you got the anchor.
What's your problem?
He's all upset. Caruso got traded.
I loved Caruso.
I do like Caruso.
Caruso's a piker.
He's a piker.
He's an okay player. He's a piece. I'm not telling you I wouldn't have taken him, but let's not make him right away. You're going to make him into LeBron.
I'm so rubbed wrong with this whole franchise.
Relax.
Billy Bob Joe.
Worry about producing.
Billy Bob Joe says no with 27 O's and 3 exclamation points. Anthony with 12 exclamation points. No on Levine with 17 exclamation points. He's Tobias 2.0, except always injured. 17 exclamation points.
I think he's better.
I like those.
Tell us how you feel, Billy Bob Joe.
I like that, Billy Bob Joe. Again, here's the problem, right? Where else are you going? You got to find
right.
Where the issue is, you got to shop in an aisle of warts.
Right. Yes. Warts are us.
It's a frog aisle, right? You're
frog aisle.
You're walking down an aisle of frogs,
yeah.
Right. So you look at here's Paul George, ribbit, right, and then there's Zach LaVine, ribbit, right? They got their warts. There's no perfect player. I'm with you, brother. I get it, and I understand what you're trying to say about the Tobias. I don't think he's Tobias. I really don't, and. Again, Tobias was an extraordinary case of I don't want to play on a good team. Is Zach LaVine that? Now, I'm not going to tell you I know everything about Zach LaVine, but I would do my homework on this whole thing.
It's Eddie Wright. Levine is a loser. Wow, I'm like, he plays no defense.
Do me a favor. When you say loser, spell it Losah. Loser.
Well, someone else I was looking at, Malik Monk, is returning back to Sacramento.
Yeah.
That happens.
He's a guy.
He's just another one of those dudes.
I like him as a bench piece.
He stinks.
I like the
Dev
shoes.
Miliano, Levine kind of ick for me. Give me Lonzo. I I mean, talk about injuries.
Yeah.
And Lonzo's he doesn't really score the way they need to score.
The baller sneakers, VG. Those sneakers are terrible.
I mean, the problem is you got frogs everywhere you look. Now, the guy I like the most, and I would make the biggest play for, and I would trade all the picks, is Lauri Markkanen.
That's your boy.
I just think Lauri Markkanen is the actual perfect fit. Yeah. Because he's a stretch 4, right? He can rebound. He gives you a body, and he's a good offensive player. I think he's getting better, right? And I know that they were teetering on moving him last year. They probably won't move him this year. I would do whatever I can. I know it's age, and I get everybody's point that it's going to cost you 4 number ones, if not 5. I understand it. Where else you go other than walking down Frog Aisle?
Can we do a poll just to see if people rather have Paul George or Zach LaVine in the chat here?
Yeah,
I feel like
I can do it for you.
Yeah, do the poll.
I'm poll illiterate.
All right, do the poll. In fact, I'm just texting with Legs. I want to text Legs what he thinks.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
All right.
Let's get someone who actually knows something.
So I'll ask Legs what he has to say about that. I get everybody's. Listen, PG does play defense, right? PG is a guy that could be that third scorer too. I mean, the only issue again with him is playoffs, and he's 33.
Yeah.
Like he's an old, like end of the prime, big money. It's going to cost you.
So can I ask, like, Danny Ainge, how did he split with the Celtics? Was it good terms? He's in the West Conference now. Does he want to stick it to the Celtics? Is he a little bitter? Will he help us out with the Lori trade?
I hear you. I hear you.
The Celtics.
I hear you. All right, JP.
All right, guys.
Take it away, buddy.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Let's talk real quick about Mortgage CS, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm sorry. No, let's not. Let's talk about Mortgage CS real quick here, guys. Because, guys, it is the home buying process right now. And, of course, we want to make sure that not only are we finding the right home, but we also find the right mortgage company as well. That's why we are talking about Mortgage CS. Maybe news to you, but the mortgage company you choose matters more than ever. Even if you are already in the market, you can still explore your options with Mortgage CS. This is home financing, not a marriage, ladies and gentlemen. You may be shocked at how much money you can save. And the best part about Mortgage CS is an independent mortgage broker here in our Philadelphia area. So as we always say, we root for local, so why not get a mortgage company that is based here locally? All right. And then the CEOs of Mortgage CS, Ben and Alec, they're fantastic. Not only are they great at what they do with getting you the best mortgage for you, but also they're Philly sports fans. What's better than that? For getting yourself a mortgage company that is also a Philly sports fan, that is awesome as well. And what you can do to test them is you can text them right now, all right? The phone number, if you're watching live on YouTube, is at the bottom left of your screen, 267-391-7425. Text Ben right now and ask him, hey, is it the right time to buy a house? Get that advice for home buying, or ask him what he thinks about the Mikal Bridges trade. I'm sure it's nothing good, right? So definitely make sure you guys are communicating with them. Get your home buying process started here today. If you don't want to text, you can always go online as well. mortgagecs.com/PHLY. Again, that's mortgagecs.com/PHLY. You can find more information right there. And while we're at it, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about home buying. Obviously, it's stressful for your pocket. So you want to make sure that you're going to have a bank that's going to take care of your money, right? That's why we're talking about TrueMark Financial, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, you've heard my horror stories with banking, and I'm sure you guys have seen the horror stories as well online. That's why we want to recommend to you guys TrueMark Financial. And here's the reason why. It is a credit union, all right? And the difference between a credit union and an actual bank is you become a part owner of a credit union, which means profits are coming right back to you instead of going to some of those shareholders. They have better rates, lower fees, and a better return on savings, and with more flexible options and all the same digital tools that you're getting right now with your bank currently. And again, locally, guys, TrueMark is well located in Fort Washington with their 24 branches in the area. Becoming a member of a credit union has so many benefits over becoming a customer. It's an absolute no-brainer. Here's what you got to do, guys, to get your credit union career started today. Head on over to TrueMark.com/PHLY to learn more, or, like I said, 24 branches in the area. You can head on over to any of those branches. If you're like me, I'm more of an old school person too. I like to see someone in person. You can go to any of those branches. Get your credit union career started here today. Again, that's TrueMark.com/PHLY, federally insured by the NCUA. And thank you to our friends over at TrueMark.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot. Speaking of TrueMark, TrueMark is the presenting sponsor of this segment right now. TrueMark.com/PHLY to check out the credit union difference right now. All right, boys. Couple things. It is Cole Hamels night tonight. Cole Hamels, one of the most underrated guys from the run. Think about it. We think about that run from 07 to 11. Charlie was hanging out with us yesterday, right? We think of Utley, Jimmy, Peace, right? We talk about Chooch. We talk about Halliday. We talk about Cliff Lee. We don't talk as much about Cole.
You're right.
Even Brad Lidge gets a lot of love.
I was going to say, I think Brad's slightly more underrated than Cole from that squad. I don't hear many people bring up Brad Lidge.
1 year, Lidge.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Listen, I love Lidge.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Lidge fan.
Yeah.
But he had the one great year. Relievers, kickers.
Yeah.
But Cole was a tremendous.
He was a beast.
Cole was. We don't talk about Cole.
But don't you think what plagued his career here was he was always the soft Cali kid, but he wasn't. He was mentally
He was not
a
soft.
beast.
And by the way, I'll never forget the bar fight. He had his teammates back.
Yes.
And he threw down. Man. He threw hands. When he was in the minors to back up his teammate.
Gavin Floyd was
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Where was it? In Floyd?
Gavin Floyd. Him and Gavin Floyd
yeah.
were in a bar and someone.
Somebody was messing with Gavin Floyd and Cole came in. I love
Love
Cole.
that.
I
That's
love
good
Cole
stuff.
too, but he always had that moniker where Chase was the hardworking Southern Cali guy, where Cole was like the surfer kid that didn't
Yes.
really connect with us here.
Yeah.
But he had the mental fortitude of an assassin when you needed it, Cole Hamels. And that changeup was just.
Cole had a beautiful, smooth delivery.
Yes.
Threw hard.
Some power.
Right? Like,
Yeah, he got that.
I mean, like he can get it up to 97.
He had some heat.
Right? Like
Yeah.
he could do that. And he'd back you up. Like Cole was terrific. But it was funny. He went, he's the man in the World Series run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie Moore gets a lot of love off of that run.
I was going to lie.
Right?
Yes.
But Cole's the man, right? And then 09, he's young. Like, he has a down 09, which I think hurt his popularity. Lee comes
right.
on the scene. People fall in love with Cliff Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And then Doc comes in 2010. So when they had the Aces in 2011, Cole's third,
Yeah.
right? It's Doc 1, Lee 2, Cole 3.
I think that's what it was. I think he just got lost in translation. You just mentioned the two big ones, Cliff Lee, Roy Halladay. I think he got lost in translation with that pitching staff, but just in general too. I mean, like there was so many players on those Phillies teams that everybody loved. I mean, you were talking about it with Charlie yesterday. This is when you bring up in the city Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, people just get giddy. I just think that Cole kind of just falls out in translation there.
Look, it's taking this long. Phillies are terrific when it comes to doing celebrations, right? Like they always get it right. It's been a while. Like Cole's almost the afterthought, like that 09 team. And interestingly, right, the 09 season wasn't his best.
Mm-mm.
They got to the World Series that year because they raked, because their lineup was ridiculous. And they raked their way, and Cliff Lee.
Yeah, I'm looking 2009. He had a 4.432 ERA.
I'll never forget. He said, "I got caught up on the rubber chicken
Oh,
circuit."
I remember that. Yes, you're right. He was.
Because he was the toast of the town.
Yeah,
I
World
was like,
Series
this is
MVP.
awesome, right?
Yeah.
And he's emceeing banquets,
Yep.
and that's what he called it, the rubber chicken circuit.
Yeah,
He was doing all that stuff. But I just find it interesting that we don't, we kind of lost it. Like it's taken a long time for him to have a Cole Hamels night.
By the way, I'm so happy we're honoring Cole Hamels, but we have violations. Greg here, got to call a violation on that bobblehead they're doing tonight. It doesn't even look like.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Don't bring that up to Andrew.
No, they're doing
The
bobblehead tonight?
bobblehead hater.
Well,
He's the bobblehead hater.
It's a bad one. It's a bad one.
Well, I quote tweeted our own John Foley's tweet because he put out the bobblehead, and I was like, maybe Andrew's onto something because the Cole Hamels bobblehead is just not doing Cole Hamels justice. It's bad.
We'll have to bring it up in the nugs. I'll have to find it and get a picture of it.
Terrible.
It's terrible. I mean, it's not
seen
good.
it?
Yeah, I saw it.
All
It's not good. I mean, I just keep it at 100.
Yeah.
It's not good. But I don't want to give any fodder to the anti-bobblehead guy. Yeah,
All right. Yeah.
like I stay away from that. But anyway,
I think Cole, we have a problem, I feel like, in this town with people who make it look too easy. Like, he was so smooth.
effortless. Yeah.
But you would read behind the scenes, he would do like an hour
what's
just of
funny?
abs workout
Yeah.
every day just to
Oh,
keep
no,
his oblique and stuff
Oh,
together.
yeah, he was strong. But you know what's funny? Like Ranger is that way,
Yes.
but we love Ranger.
We got the pictures of Ranger dancing and looking all
Yeah.
cute in the clubhouse with the champagne and stuff.
All I
We never had those cute
need-
moments with Cole.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I think the California surfer thing
Doesn't resonate
kind of
here.
backed him up.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No. Last thing, big story yesterday. JJ Redick gets hired as the Lakers coach.
Perfect.
I mean,
Have at it.
Like, are you gotta be kidding me? You go to JJ Redick as a coach. The guy hasn't coached AAU.
Hey, good for him, man. He's turned this okay career into a podcast that blown up, and now he's the coach of the Lakers, the second winningest franchise.
He really. was, you're right. He had an okay NBA career.
Yeah, but typically,
I mean, not for nothing, but my agenda here, but I'm going Tim Legler before I'm going JJ Redick. And by the way,
That right there.
Legs is coached, preps and AAU.
There's no doubt for coach-wise, I'd go Leg. I don't even understand. I don't understand how they just bring someone in with
What
no
worse
experience.
was LaSalle. How ridiculously stupid
Yes.
was LaSalle for not hiring Legs?
Oh, yeah.
But a few years ago, Legs was looking to take a pay cut from his NBA analyst work to go coach LaSalle.
Well, they go Dunphy,
And
right?
they didn't want him. No, they want somebody else, and he failed. And then they go.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Dude.
The height of stupidity.
Not only would that have helped your team, but you're going to put butts in those seats because people want to go see a Tim Legs coach team.
By the way, you couldn't be more of an afterthought than LaSalle, right?
In this city?
I mean, let's keep it real. And I guarantee you, Legs would win.
They have a history, too. Didn't they win a championship with Tom Gola back in the day?
Dude, they
Like
have
an
a
L
rich
train?
history. Michael Brooks,
Yeah.
right? Lionel
The
Simmons.
fact that you're saying that, it's mind-boggling that no Big Five team has reached out to Tim Legler
That's
at some
a good point,
point.
too.
Like, you got to be kidding me. Or just any pro. Like, he'd be great for, like, a Butler or something, like a program like that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
insane that he's not coaching somewhere.
No, in fact, I not to carry water for him, but I will. I am unabashedly will carry water for him because I think he's that sharp of a mind.
Yeah.
I reached out to the Sixers and said, you guys should talk to him. At least have a conversation. The guy knows what he's looking at. He knows players.
Interviews don't hurt, cuz.
Nova? Like, he'd be perfect after Jay Ray.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
There's a lot of you
Great
can fit him.
transition.
You can fit him anywhere.
But I
But
mean,
JJ, bringing it back to JJ Redick, how does that happen? That's the Lakers.
It's LeBron,
it's about all who you know,
right?
cuz.
Yeah.
It's the Lakers. Like the Lakers.
Yes.
I just go here. Let me it's mind-boggling.
Are we living in the past? I mean, is it just the Lakers? Because we revere the Lakers are like
The Lakers
basketball
are-
royalty.
Right. The Lakers are still, I don't care what you say. The Lakers, I know Luke Walton coached them and I
Yeah.
get it. But the Lakers, like, if that's your hire,
Unfortunately, that's true. I mean, cuz it goes to show. I mean, listen, if you stroke LeBron's ego too, you might become the assistant coach, cuz.
I mean, listen, I just don't get it.
I mean, I'm with you. And the thing is that like people like JJ are the ones that do become the coach, but it's just that those type of players, they go into coaching right after. They become an assistant, they learn from these coaching
Yes.
staffs, and then they get that head coaching gig. But JJ just did the podcasting thing, did the analyst thing, made the right relationships. And of course, when you got LeBron as your friend,
we saw it in Brooklyn. It doesn't work when you go right from like the playing the court to.
also, I mean, he had Kyrie, KD, and James Harden. That's not an easy task to handle either.
I mean, it's a tough jump. I mean, can we just anyone see this? Not to totally take a 180, but I'm a little flyered up today.
Oh, yeah?
There's Danny Briere. So we're gonna move up to pick 7.
What?
Dude,
I'm
Danny B.
liking that.
dude.
Mad respect if he pulls this off.
I know.
I told you, VG.
Yeah, we'll
let
see.
it happen.
We'll see. Yeah. I mean,
Listen, Flyers are going the right way. It's going to take them another. Again, we got to go through another season, but they're going in the right
No,
direction.
I love that he's aggressive, but he's quiet. You don't hear much about what's going on, but I just love that about
and I
him.
think I'm looking at these. They had me looking at prospects this morning, and I know that they're on the defensive side. They got this kid Zane Perek, 6-footer, power play quarterback, put up 96 points as a
I like
defenseman
that.
in 66 games.
A power play quarterback.
He's going right around 6, 7, 8 range.
Well,
so
VG,
maybe they got
that
their
would be-
eyes.
If
That
you're
would be
if you're a
fantastic.
diehard, you can get all the prospect lists from our own Charlie O'Connor.
Yeah, he
Nice.
does a great job with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really does. All right, this portion of the program brought to you by the Bet Park Sportsbook Casino app. And that brings us to the grind. The brain.
Red the Brain Finder.
Brain!
Good morning to you. How are you today?
Good morning. Top of the morning to you, Brain.
Top of the morning to you as well, my friend.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, your son Carson is our intern, right? And
Yes, he is.
we learned that Ben Simmons was his favorite player, favorite Sixer. And now we learned that Freddie Galvis was his favorite Philly.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't even know what to say. I think he liked how what's the when the guy goes, now I'm batting for the Phillies, Freddie Galvis. I think that's how it all
Dan
started.
Baker, baby.
Dan Baker.
Freddie
When Dan
Galvis.
Baker would say that, yeah, he'd be like Freddie Galvis. I think that's how it all started. So, what can I say? At least, I mean, look, if you're Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins, Bryce Harper, no, you got to
go Freddie Galvis. And he's looking at this like I just shot him a look of incredulousness, right? And he's looking at me like, what? What is that? But I will say this: the kid's got good taste. He was telling us he was shopping on Rodeo Drive, and he got himself a Versace robe. Versace, baby.
His mom got him that for his birthday. So yeah.
He got style, man. I give him that.
He got some. Yeah, he got some style. Yeah, she picked him that up. So that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Are you a robesman?
No, but he likes them. I got him the cheap one, not the Versace stuff. I got him like the one for like $19.99 off the internet, and he was happy as can be. By the way, he was happy as can be. So
Versace comes into the picture.
Yeah, he's moved up. So but yeah, I'm not a robesman. Have you? I've never watched. Although I love like watching Eighth Rothstein or whatever, like in the robe, relaxing.
Oh, Eighth Rothstein, man, that's you, dude. With the big glasses, picking the games. Oh,
that's what I got to do.
In like 20 years, that'll be you.
Hopefully so, man. Hopefully so.
Right?
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
All right, we got hockey tonight.
Yeah. It's interesting, Anthony. The game tonight. Look again. It's back in Edmonton. It's a tough one for me. It's a tough one. It really comes down to me. Do you believe in momentum and stuff like that? Because theoretically, the momentum has shifted. I still think Florida's going to win. Maybe I'm just being a little stubborn on that because they got off the 3-0 lead, and maybe now really it is a new series, and well, obviously it's a new series, it's 3-2. But I do think Florida's going to find a way to sneak this one out. That's just my gut, my instinct. I will say this: if it goes 7, then I probably would think Edmonton would come back and just win it at that point. But I do think
it's the hardest sport. I think it's the hardest sport to handicap. Hockey.
Oh, it's so hard. It used to be, Anthony. I'll tell you a big difference in hockey from 20 years ago versus now. They used to give home ice, and I had data on this. They used to give home ice there was 2 even teams playing, Anthony. It would be 160, 140, and you just take and over the last 9 years, the road teams won more playoff games than the home team. Okay, there's no home ice.
Right.
There's people who root for the game. Not during the playoffs at least because the travel's even. It isn't there. It's not a thing. But it used to be minus 160 or minus 155 plus 135 plus 140, and you would take the road team, getting those odds, and you'd make a killing. But now, through years of data, the lines makers have gotten sharper, and you can no longer take advantage of those bets. And now it's much more like, okay, there really is no home ice. It used to be my best sport in terms of being a moneymaker, especially when the playoffs.
Wow.
But now it's so sharp, and it is really difficult, in my opinion, to bet these games in the hockey playoffs because there really isn't much home ice, but that's not being priced in. When it was being priced in, you could take advantage of it. Now you can't.
No, and you can't even look at totals because you can't tell when a goalie is going to blow up or he's going to look at Bob. Like Bob went from being the MVP to blowing up on you.
Well, also, Anthony, let's look at it like this. Suppose it's let's just say you have under 5.5 goals. And let's say it's 3-1 with 4 minutes to go. You're like, all right, I nailed this. I was right. My handicap was good. Well, now these teams are going to take the goalie out when it's 3-1 with 4 minutes to go. It could be 4-1 or it could be 3-2, either way. And then they're like, all right, we're down 4-1. There's still 2 minutes to go. Maybe we got like a 1 in 1,000 miracle. Let's still keep the goalie out, and it can become 5-1. And you can lose your bet because, again, we talked about it on one of the shows previously, Anthony. Teams pull the goalies now a lot earlier, which makes it more volatile if you're betting a total. A lot more volatile because there's a lot more variance. So it's harder. It's my opinion. It's become a lot harder to handicap.
Yeah. No, listen, I'm with you. Do you now? The Euros and the Copa is happening. Do you get involved?
Not really.
That's got to be difficult to handicap a little bit.
Yeah, I only have so much time. Honestly, I'm being completely forthright. I only have so much time in the day to dedicate myself to doing stuff. And I try to, and the one thing I'll never do for anyone watching, for my clients, I'm never going to do something half-assed where I say something, I kind of think it, but I know people will take my advice based on what I say. So I'm never going to give something if I don't think there's true edge. I just won't do it. Because I care too much about if other people are trusting me. I'm not going to just say I think something, but there's really not, in my opinion, an edge or a data to it. And I don't have enough of an edge in the soccer. Look, it's the most popular sport in the world. But it's not where I'm focusing my energies on.
It was funny. I was watching. So last night there was no sports on last night, right?
You watched the Italy-Spain game?
I did. I watched it on my phone. I had it on. I was listening to it on my phone while I was driving.
Yeah.
And then last night after baseball, I watched the second half of, because Moss had baseball practice. I watched the second half of Argentina and Canada. And I mean, it was entertaining. Like Canada had a couple chances in the first half, right? And then, it was actually thrilling. It was 1-0 until the end.
Yeah. I have a question for you. Did you see the comments from the Argentinian side after the game? Did you get a chance to read about it or no?
I didn't see it.
Well, no, I was curious because I'm curious if you watched the game, if they were talking about it on TV. They said it was the worst playing surface they've ever played on. It was the biggest embarrassment in the world.
Yeah. They lost out on a goal because that one guy couldn't keep his footing.
Yeah.
The goalie's out. He's got a clear shot at the net, but he slips, and they were talking about that. The game was in Atlanta.
Yeah. And they said the day before it was artificial turf, but they wanted it to be grass. So they basically got this, like, I don't want to say it was fake grass or whatever.
It is.
But they were talking about
it's what they use for the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's what, right. And and they were basically saying they had all this time to prepare for our tournament here. And this is it goes on TV. The guy goes on TV. It probably looked okay. He goes, but this was not for professionals. He goes, this was absolutely a disgrace of all disgraces, what we had to play on. He goes, we're not making excuses. He goes, thank God we won. He goes, thank God we won, because you would think I'm just bitching and complaining based off me losing. He goes, no. He goes, this was unplayable for players of our level, and it was one of the worst things I've seen. And I was just curious if they were talking, but he really went off on it.
No, but you can see them slip it. You can say it, all right, a couple times, big moments.
Well, they're supposed to have the World Cup there.
What it did too was Argentina is so fast.
Yeah, that's what they talked about.
It negated Argentina's speed, right? Canada was was pressing, which was shocking. Like, I'm like, wow, why would you press this team? But it worked out because the surface, Argentina was really, they should have had way more runouts.
Yeah, well, listen, it's interesting for a major event like this. It's pretty. Look, I'm sure they feel embarrassed that they're getting called on the carpet for this, so to speak. But I think they said part of the World Cup is going to be at Mercedes-Benz Stadium too, Anthony. I think I saw that in the article. Part of when it comes to the United States, I think part
they better do something because
they better do something. Yeah, you can't have something like that. And
if you want to try to be world class, right? You can't come in with a bad surface. You look like it's a mock.
You look like a clown. Yeah. And listen, I mean, it's funny, Anthony. One sport that I have changed my mind on from when I was a kid till now, in terms of enjoying watching it, is soccer. I actually enjoy watching it. I didn't as a kid, but now I have a much better appreciation. The only thing I don't
I'm the same as you. Like I watched, like I was listening. I actually made an attempt for Italy, Spain. Like, listen.
Oh, okay.
There's times when, like, I fell in love with Italy, right? Like, in the sense of, my heritage and all.
Yeah,
so
sure.
every once in a while, I get home at 3 o'clock. I've done this for years. And so during the week, I'm a sports head, right? Like, so anything sports. So it's 3 o'clock, and I just, my chill mode, I'd put on the Serie A, right? On Paramount Plus. So I'd watch it. And I started to gain like an appreciation. And then when you have these type of tournaments, it's fun. Like, listen, Brazil just dominated yesterday. I mean, Spain. Spain dominated Italy yesterday.
22-3, 22-3 in shots.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. They
But
stink.
here, let me ask you, here's the only thing about soccer that I don't like, but it's a major thing, and I really don't like it.
Offsides.
Well, not the offsides.
Oh.
For me, I'll tell you what it is. You know, if you like, if in the penalty box area, if you do any kind of foul, like even if it's like BS,
They give you a goal.
They give you a goal, and I'm like, certain times, yes, but other times, and again, when I'm watching, I'm like, come on, man, come on.
I'd like to see it open up a little bit. I mean, listen, nobody cares about my opinion. It's an ignorant opinion, right? Yeah. It is. But like, if it was just a little more offense, just a little, not a ton, but like just a little more scoring. Like you watch those German teams when they're fun, like that Bundesliga, like they'll score, it'll be 4-2 or maybe a 5-1. Like that's
maybe
interesting.
Maybe make it 10-on-10.
I don't know, maybe,
I don't know. It's never going to happen probably because in reality, soccer
and we're listen, the rest of the world will call us
the rest of the world.
troglodytes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Look, you're right. Yeah. But I know what you're saying. Look, it's when you're watching a game and the over-under in the game is 1.5 to 2.5. You know, I mean, you could theoretically say, all right, I only watched 11 seconds of the game and I saw the 2 goals. You know, I mean,
but it is interesting. I got to tell you, I do find it like beautiful. It is a beautiful. Everything they say about the beautiful game is true. Yeah. You know,
no, I
really
agree. And the shape these players are in.
To
be running for an hour and a half, and more or less with getting very little time. So the cardio that they have, I have such a incredible appreciation for that.
Totally,
I really do. But I agree. Listen, I wish there was more goals too, but never going to happen.
Brad'sBestBets.com at Brad's Best Bets on Twitter X. What do you got for us today, buddy?
Yeah, I got a good one today. I really think it's a very strong one. Cutter Crawford, Boston Red Sox. Parks has his outs right now at 16.5 outs over -120. His last 12 starts, he's 11-1 to this over, 12-3 for the year, but 11-1 his last 12. Again, he's pitching. He's been the Red Sox. Him and Houck have been 2 incredibly consistent performers for them. Yeah. He gets his 6 innings. I like Cutter Crawford. Reds are decent offense, not great, more like mid-pack. But I think he gets his 6 innings, Anthony. I really, really do. And by the way, he doesn't have to get 6 innings. You can sneak in a 5 2/3 and get a win. Which, by the way, once the 6th inning starts, everyone watching, once the 6th inning starts. That's where the bullpens come into play. Once you get in the 6th inning, the manager will be like, all right, I may take you out after 5 1/3, after 5 2/3. And then usually after 6, you're just done. But to me, getting that extra out of 16.5 versus 17.5 is worth something because there have been a few starts this year he's gotten 17 outs. So I really like that bet very much. And Anthony, I'll give you a straight game. I like the Cubs. I think they're -143 right now. Amanja going against Jose Quintana. Listen, when Amanja pitches, Anthony, I think he's 7-1 or 8-1. The Cubs win. I don't need to overthink this. Quintana had a nice year last year, but he's like, we talk about the Joe Blanton kind of guys, Anthony. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Anthony, I looked this up. Remember you said Bobby Jones? I went up to Baseball Reference afterwards. Joe Blanton was the 9th most similar pitcher to Bobby Jones.
Are you serious?
I had to do it.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
He was 9th most similar.
That's great nerddom.
So I felt good. I felt good. I'm like, Joe Blanton's my comp. He was 9th most. I guess I could have picked 8 better, but still, I'll take it. But anyway,
in the history of baseball, I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. But Jose Quintana, to me, again, his ERA this year is 5. At this point, I think it's fair to say he's a 5th starter. Bad 4th starter. He's an innings eater, which is fine. Again, he'll pitch the entire year. He'll go 10-14 with a 5 ERA. But I think the Cubs certainly win this game at least 3 out of 5 times, laying only 143. If you're laying 3 out of 5, it's a profitable bet. I think they even win it probably maybe even closer to 2 out of 3. I like this Cubs bet. When Amanja pitches, they're a good team. Kind of like when a good pitcher pitches for a team, Anthony, it raises the team's IQ level the entire way. And I think the Cubs win this game. I think 143 is a little bit too light.
I love it, man. That's good stuff. What do you got?
Can I ask Brad what he thinks about the over tonight on the Phillies with Taijuan Walker and Jordan Montgomery on the mound.
Yeah, listen, I would only look over. That's the only way I could look in that game. It's funny because it's interesting. Jordan Montgomery's had a nice career. He took, as we know, Scott Boras. That's what I call him. I can't stand Scott Boras. Scott Boras made him like sit out basically most of the entire preseason. He has not come back and pitched well at all. He's really been struggling. I think the Phillies should get their runs off him. And Taijuan Walker, to me, he's the only weak spot on this Phillies team. He's the only guy when he goes out to the pitch I have no confidence in. I think both teams score at least 4 runs here. I really do. Yeah, I definitely lean over in this game. I think both pitchers should get hit. I agree with you.
I like it.
Brad, I'm always fascinated by your background. What is behind you today? Are they baseball cards or basketball cards?
No, you know what's funny? This is actually pretty cool. I should move the thing, but maybe another day I'll do it. But I have the 50 greatest basketball players on a mural, signed autographs. That's like a painting of each one,
that's
signed
strong.
Underneath it. Yeah, it's pretty. Like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Keem Olajuwon, Dr. J, Allen Iverson, it's everyone that you basically, John Havlicek, Elgin Baylor, every Bill Walton. I mean, any Hall of Fame kind of John Stockton, any Hall of Tim Duncan, all behind me, and it's like an autograph collage of like a painting with them, a little picture with them signing underneath it. So yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Anthony, as you know, I'm a huge sportsman at the end of the day. So I like my anything.
I love that. That's fantastic. Very cool.
Sure.
The Brain, always a pleasure.
See you
Great
guys
weekend,
Monday.
Brain.
Appreciate you. Good luck, guys.
There he is, Brad Feinberg, the Brain. That is cool.
So fascinating.
He is.
We got some really interesting guests on this show.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We do some. And by the way, TV Todd. Don't sleep on TV Todd, man.
You got like quirky cool.
Like, yes.
Right?
TV Todd's the man. He really is.
Wait, can we give a round of applause? Cuz with the soccer talk there. I love that, cuz.
Yeah.
Got me giddy over here.
Was I wrong? Would I say anything?
I loved it. Loved it all.
Yeah. About the surface, my analysis.
So we
of
actually
the surface with Argentina, and then Canada pressing.
Well, we actually talk about this in the MLS. So, Messi obviously plays here. Miami doesn't like to have him play in Atlanta because of the same reasons. Jim always talks about it as well. But although the Uni do like the turf like that because we play fast, and so that does help us out. But that stadium,
No, but that was just grass, though. It's not turf.
It wasn't it that sod stuff? It looked like
it's what they used the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the problem
They
is
were slipping.
that stadium and then MetLife are gonna have some problems with the World Cup because of what the surface they both use.
Not
Oh,
good.
all right. We've quoted out on the soccer stuff.
Yes.
I know VG wants to talk.
By the
about it.
way, dude, I'm so excited because I'm not a sweets guy. I'm a salt head.
Yeah.
And you found, I'm a Hers man. They came out with these Philadelphia flavors, the local flavors.
Yeah, every year they do 3-1-3 and they pick a winner.
Dude, Stromboli,
Dude, those are strong, VG.
ravioli, and what was the other one?
Pierogi.
And pierogies. I love a pierogi.
We'll taste them later on today.
Yeah, I love it. That's 3 great items right there.
Never forget my first pierogi. Eagles, Cowboys, 2012. Had it with the fried onions at a
Oh,
tailgate.
it's delicious.
Sour cream.
The pierogi's a
Never
great
forget
item.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's a Mom's Pierogi. They're down on South Street right next to Bob and Barbara's. The other takeout window.
They're opening up a restaurant literally across the street from me. They're doing it with some with some wine and
that's
and then,
tremendous.
I cannot wait. Oh my
pierogies
gosh,
is a great item.
There's a little Poland over there.
dude! I wake up every day smelling pierogies in Port Richmond.
And
Yeah,
kielbasa.
no,
Good
no,
job. Like, no joke.
that's legitimate, man.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Oh, Casper saying the ravioli's fire. Can't wait till we taste them later
Really?
on.
The
Yeah.
ravioli's good.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I can't
trust
wait
the
to
Casper,
try
too.
that.
And then the bowly. Come on, the bowly's the best.
Bowly's a top 3 of my power rankings of foods.
Yes.
There you
yes.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, total bowly. Strong.
Yeah, some
bowly.
beers and bowlies.
Yeah, beers and bowlies. You go pizza bowly or do you go pizza shop bowly?
Yeah,
or
pizza shop bowly. Yeah,
the bakery bowly.
Yeah, I go either, but I lean pizza shop bowly.
Bakery bowly's got like the crispy crust.
Yeah, I can get a well done pizza shop bowly.
All right.
You crisp it up.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it. Let me tell you about Dr. Andy because you eat the bowly late. You're going to snore.
The bully late.
You're going to snore. Sleep Healthy, PA.com. Dr. Andrew Cohen, who is wonderful, right? He's a dentist by trade. And he made it his life's mission to attack and eradicate sleep apnea, stop the snore. His whole thing is stop the snore. He wants to save marriages, save lives. And listen, I'm not being dramatic. Sleep apnea is the worst thing for you. You want to talk about it just changes your body's makeup. Your body needs sleep, obviously, to rest, to regenerate, right? To help heal itself. And that's what happens during sleep. If you don't get to that REM sleep and you never get there, it wreaks havoc on your body. I mean, your hormones, everything. It all begins with sleep. And sometimes people, they try to sleep. The CPAP machine, that's a mess. What Dr. Andy does, ditch the CPAP. He's got your answer. He has dental appliances. He's a dentist by trade. And he's been able to figure out a way to open up the passageways during sleep. All right? The guy's brilliant. You got to check him out. SleepHealthyPA.com. Dental appliances, laser therapy. He'll get with you. He'll give you a consultation. He'll show you how to stop your snore. Your wife will love you. Your girlfriend will love you. Your body will love you. All right? Go see Dr. Andy, SleepHealthyPA.com, and tell him I sent you, JP.
Awesome stuff, cuz. All right, guys, we talk about it all the time. Let's talk about our friends at Rite Aid. It is our summer center for everything that we need, but including, we also need to talk about their pharmacy services, guys, because we still need our pharmacies. They are extremely important. And here's some of the things that you can expect from their services as far as pharmacy-wise goes. With a My Pharmacy account at Rite Aid, you can refill your prescriptions, schedule a vaccine, get personalized care recommendations, sign up for prescription notifications. All you need to get started is a prescription at Rite Aid. Get started at riteaid.com/mypharmacy. Stop stressing about your prescriptions. Let Rite Aid refill them automatically. You can enroll in automated courtesy refills. It's free, easy, and most prescriptions qualify. Talk with your Rite Aid pharmacist or sign up through your My Pharmacy account at riteaid.com. Again, restrictions may apply. Get your prescriptions at the same time with one-trip refills. Ask your pharmacist to sync your medications so you can pick them up with one visit. You can sync with your other family members as well. Just ask your local Rite Aid pharmacist to get started. Again, restrictions may apply. Manage prescriptions with Rite Aid mobile app. Transfer or refill your prescriptions. Set up medication reminders. Enroll in prescription notifications. Download the app here from either whatever you use, Apple App Store or the Play Store. You can get it here today. Transfer your prescriptions to Rite Aid today. Just go to riteaid.com/transfer. Rite Aid caring pharmacists ready to answer your questions and help you stay healthy. Get your prescriptions along with anything at Rite Aid you need, including over-the-counter medications, household products, cosmetics, and much more. Just ask your pharmacy team for details. Restrictions may apply. That's right, guys. Not only can you get your medications, you can also get all the home stuff. Listen, I'm big. I love, you're big on the paper plates, paper napkins, the plastic cups, right? You're going to need all that. The plastic cups you're going to need, especially if you're drinking outside and you got that Olipop, right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk real quick about our friends over at Olipop. VG's got the classic root beer here today. We had Charlie on yesterday. We gave Missy the root beer Olipop. She loved it. It was fantastic. It's all of our favorite here. And this is why we love Olipop, right? Cuz always talks about it. Yes, it is healthy for you, but guys, the taste is legit. It tastes awesome. It's the world's first functional soda. It has that classic soda taste and the benefits of plant-based fiber, prebiotics, other botanical ingredients that supports that gut health. And Olipop, the best part about it is it has 2 to 5 grams of sugar with 9 grams of fiber, and you can find it in over 30,000 different retailers, including your favorite. Guys, you can find this at Wawa here today. If not, you can go to Target, Sprouts, Wegmans, ShopRite, get it delivered with GoPuff. But we got you guys hooked up with that promo code as always. Because if you use the promo code PHLY20, you'll get 20% off your next Olipop order. Just keep in mind, discount only applies to one-time orders, not to subscription orders. And Olipop is sold online at drinkolipop.com or on Amazon. So guys, this weekend, it's going to be pretty hot. So, if you're laying around the pool, going to a little bit of a picnic, you got your hoagies, your pizza, your bowlie, whatever you may have, guys, you're going to need to wash that down. Wash down with something cold, refreshing, a little bit healthy as well. So you want to make sure you keep in mind that Olipop is here for you guys. I'm going to have a couple Olipops after the show. I can't wait for that one. So guys, we love ourselves some Olipop here. I am sure you guys are going to love it as well. So make sure next time you have pizza night, whatever it may be, keep
Bowling
Olipop
night.
in order.
Ollie
it.
Pop and Bowley. I like it.
Watch that down.
This portion of the show brought to you by Rite Aid. Check out RiteAid.com for all of your favorite goods. Rite Aid. It is not a good anniversary today. It's a dark day in Sixers history, draft day. And if you go back to draft day, it was the day we traded Mikal Bridges, who has blossomed into one of the brightest young NBA players, who is exactly what the Sixers needed. Of all the moves and gaffes during the process, this one, the biggest one. We had Mikal Bridges. They drafted him. He was here. And then Brett Brown decided to move him. And it's a move that has haunted us ever since. So we discussed this move with Mikal Bridges' dad. And of course, from our All Sixers show right here on PHLY, we love him. Mikal Bridges' cousin, the great Devon Givens. What's up, gents? Hello.
What's up, man?
You guys hear me?
I got you, Jack. How are you, buddy? Now, you know what, Andrew, maybe have not used the dark screen if you can, but because I know that Jack's having problems with his camera. Jack, let me just first say it's a pleasure, man. Your cousin Devon is greatness, and your son is someone we're extremely proud of.
I appreciate it, Ant. I appreciate it for sure.
So, Devon, set the scene for the family, all right? Would you? This is not a good anniversary for us.
Yeah, so draft night 2018, June 2018, I was doing the draft show from the Sixers practice facility in Camden. And, the buzz was already there. We were talking about a lot of different things leading up to everything happening and what it looked like for the Sixers. We knew what the range was for Kale at the time, and the Sixers were really, really interested. And as things started to fall the way that they really did, it looked like it was a realistic possibility that the Sixers were actually going to take him. And everybody pretty much embraced themselves for it. He embraced himself for it, and Jack can explain that a little bit better. But so while we're at the facility doing the draft show, the Sixers organization, the staffers, they knew my relationship with him, of course. And Jack and the family were in the green room in New York at the draft. So as things are getting closer, I text with Jack once because he was busy with Kale and his mom. I was texting with his brothers also, who were also there. And as the board just started to fall, man, we just really like, this is gonna happen. and we already knew that personality-wise and all, because of who he is, because of how Mikal was raised by his mom and his dad, that he could take playing at home again, not just on the collegiate level, but on a professional level as well. And they have their system, they do what they do. And as everything played out, we know then what happened. And I can really let Jack explain that a little bit more with him being on the floor as things were taking place.
So, Jack, tell us from your experience, recount that for us.
Well, the draft in itself just was a great experience, just being a basketball guy all my life, because we've been doing this basketball thing forever, right? So the experience was great. I was never a Sixer fan, diehard Celtic, right? So when this was even a real thing.
Wait, Jack, you grew up in West Philly, a Celtic fan?
And don't do this to me. I'm still celebrating the championship from the other day. That's a high right now, okay? Let's not do this, okay?
Because we're all the same age.
Die
Who
hard.
was it? The Bird thing?
Yes,
everybody
sir.
was the Doc.
For sure. Well, you know what? Mine was a little weird because I have an older brother, right? He's like 3 years older, diehard Laker guy, right? And you know,
Right.
when you're a young kid, you try to always be like your brother. You want to, he's like, get out of
Yeah.
here, little kid, knucklehead, whatever. So then I said, okay, well, then I'm opposing everything you're into. So if you like the Lakers, then who's the opposing team? Celtics. That's who I like. You know what I mean? He's a
Wow.
Giants fan. I'm a
Don't worry,
49er
Ant.
fan.
This is a flaw that he knows that I always get on him about. It's okay. So it's all right.
Semi-flaw. No, but one of the funniest parts of that is, of course, all my homies, all my friends I went to college with, they all know I'm diehard Celtics. So they were saying to me leading up, boy, we're going to draft Kel. We're going to draft Kel. What you going to do? And I'm just like, hey, man, then I'm going to be a Sixer fan. So, of course, it happened. And, you know, it's his dream. So no matter where he went, it's a blessing, right? So they pass out the hats. You know, I'm already texting my friends and stuff. I put the hat on. I send them the picture. I'm like, is this what you guys always wanted to see? You wanted to see me in a Sixer hat? So we're like, okay, cool. You know, we're laughing. Mikal goes with his mom. They go to take a few, doing interviews. Meet Jay Wright, his agent. We're still sitting at the table. So I said, all right, let me kind of catch up with my other family while he's doing that, right? So I text everybody, where you guys sitting at? I'm going to go find them. While I'm literally on the escalator, I'm looking at like the banner going around the arena, and it's saying different transactions. And I feel like I saw Miles Bridges was traded, right? So I'm like, damn, he could trade on draft day. That's tough. By the time I get to where the family is, everybody has like the worst look on their face. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, you didn't hear what happened? It's like my oldest son. I'm like looking at his face. He's like, you didn't hear what happened? I said, no. He said, Mikal got traded. I said, no, he didn't. I said, Miles Bridges got traded. Everybody's looking at me like, yeah, you didn't get the update. Mikal got traded too. And I'm like, where? They say Phoenix. I just literally turned around and went back downstairs where everybody was at, just to see the look on his mom's face. And like, everybody was just like, oh, I'm like, well, I'm like the last person to get the memo on this one. So yeah, it was interesting.
I can't even fathom. Like, this whole story is cruel from every standpoint. The fact that his mom worked
Totally.
for the Sixers.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
It sounded like the perfect story. I mean, it would have been the
And the
perfect
greatest story.
Local kid,
Zach, like,
you know what I mean? For
oh,
sure.
Yeah.
I would have
So
been happy being a Sixer fan. I would have been happy being a
for
Sixer
sure.
fan.
So
yeah.
I was so as everything happened doing the show, and then I get the news, and my shoulders just slumped, and I went quiet for a minute, and I had to react as a pro, right, professional on the air doing the show, and I just gotten finished, guys. I just gotten finished doing an interview on Sixers.com with Brian Seltzer at the time, and what was the coach at Penn's name at that time? I can't remember, but we were talking about it. He was praising Kale. Seltz had told him, you know, who I was to Mikal, and he was just saying so many great things about him, and you know, I'm just beaming ear to ear because of like, oh, normally when this happens, draft happens on Thursday, we get the players to come in on Friday for the press conference. So I'm texting Jack and everybody, see you tomorrow, right? Because we're gonna have the press conference, and we're all gonna have I was going to be a little unprofessional because I was probably going to have some Sixers hat or whatever at that point, but I was ready for it. And then, like you said, and everything just happened, and then it just started really, really happening. Just kept going, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. Obviously, throughout the rest of the night.
Yeah, it was devastating. It was devastating to me as a fan, right? Like, I love the story. I love you. I love the story, and I just thought he was such a great ball player, a great fit on a team like that needed a wing, and knowing. I'm not saying I saw how great that Mikal would be, but you know that Villanova players, if you just look at it and divorce yourself from the family piece of it, Villanova players blossom, right? Like, they exceed. It's the way Jay does it, the whole thing. Like, that there was an upside that went beyond 3 and D. I'm still,
Yeah,
right? Like,
I'm shocked too. I felt like there was another plan for the Sixers. You know what I mean? Like, okay, they had something else in mind. I don't know. I don't have any insight on that.
And the tough part too was this too, that so Kale gets picked at 10, And the Sixers had another selection later in the first round where they selected Landry Shamet. If we all remember that, Landry Shamet was the selection who ultimately became Kel's teammate in Phoenix. But Jalen Brunson was also available. He didn't go into the early second round with the Dallas Mavericks. So there were a lot of different things when you talk about the Villanova piece, not just the city, but two players, two champions from your local school here that would have really helped your basketball team at that point. And then again, we're getting ready for year number 7 for both of them, of what they both blossomed into, but particularly Kale, of how this thing could have worked out.
Jack, did Brett ever talk to you? Did the team reach out to you?
No, but I think that Brett reached out to his mom afterwards, from my understanding, and like kind of apologized for this whole thing. So you know what I mean. But you want to know what's interesting though, Hank? Mikal never worked out for Phoenix. Never spoke with them. Never. I mean, they had the number 1 pick, so he knew he was going to go number 1. So that wasn't even a team that he interviewed with or worked out for or anything.
I mean, that's
so
wild.
For them to pull that trigger, for them to pull the trigger without even having a conversation with him, that says a lot too.
Yeah, I know. I can only imagine how proud you must have been for Mikal, because, I mean, you want to talk about handle it like a champ. I mean, he was your champ during that whole thing. I know. I would have been freaking out. God bless him.
On the camera, on the camera, he kept it together, but he wasn't happy about it at all.
Yeah.
And I think just in time he got to understand that it's not it's not a knock to you. Actually, my guy explained to him at the time that look, Phoenix was like the worst team, okay, and they were
we did not want to go to Phoenix.
No.
Right, but what I explained to him was the fact that Phoenix is making these moves to get you shows that they have a lot of value in you as a player, and they've selected you as one of the players to help turn the franchise around, which, I mean, I think we saw it in the short, not Mikal alone, but like I explained to him, you're one of the players that they are trying to, turn this franchise around with. And it was successful, and he loved the desert. He definitely loved it out there. I think once he got out there and met with the team and everybody, everything started to change.
And Jay, I know you don't mind me. I know you don't mind sharing this with Ant and everybody. Is that before the draft, we would talk about different teams, right? Ant, different organizations, and with the Suns, even though didn't have the first round pick, the first overall pick, and Kel was going to go that high, still lottery. We would talk about situations though, like tough situations, and the Sarver. Just the things that you would hear behind the scenes, and we all know what happened later on where he was forced to sell and all of that. We would talk about stuff like that. So when the Phoenix thing happened, it was like, damn, they stink. It's awful. They have a rookie head coach. They haven't been winning for many, many years. And this Sarver situation, you don't know how it's going to play out, just because you would get some intel from behind the scenes of what was going on. And just didn't want to be a part of a situation like that. But James Jones takes over as the general manager. Monty Williams comes in. They basically right the ship as things go on. And as Jack explained, it became something that he ultimately loved.
How do you guys feel now that, there's the talk is like, do whatever you can to try to trade for Mikal? I mean, it's mind-boggling, but, I know we're still – reeling from it, and it's funny. He's still a perfect fit. I mean, Jack, you think about it. He's still the perfect fit to play next to Tyrese and Joel.
Yes, I agree. I agree 100%. Again, still not a Sixer fan. That doesn't change. And you're a cool dude. I love Cuz, but I'm still not switching. But,
brother, listen, after what happened, I would never blame you. Like, part of me understands that. Listen, I forgive the past sins when you were a kid. Like, don't even worry about it after that.
For sure. But yeah, I like him for the team now personally. I thought he was a good fit then. And as we see in Kel, his game actually continued to grow. So you can only imagine he coming as a D3 for the Sixers, where the Sixers had a really good team at that time, to then be able to continue to develop. And now it's like he's added a new player, you know what I mean? Look up in a couple of years. So I like him. I think he's he's a mature player. I think that the experiences that he has been through while he's been in the league, starting off with Phoenix being really bad the first year, and then him even having championship, a cup of tea in the championship, and then now to this reality situation in Brooklyn, where as you can see, you were just at a championship, a year ago, and now here you are on the team 2 years ago. Here you're on a team that's looking to be like one of the worst teams in the league. So a lot of that just has to, he has to use this to build himself, build his character, build his mental state, the mental aspect of the game, because we know that's where the game really is played. And I think that he's ready for a change. I think that Brooklyn, could be going in a different direction. I mean, they probably need to hit a reset button. Mikal's not a reset button guy. He's actually would be a key player to a team that's right here on the cups of making a long playoff run. So you know what I mean. I'm looking forward to it. Now we say that Sixer stuff, and another I'm sure other teams is looking and saying, hey,
without a doubt,
you're a perfect fit here too. But again, being that Celtic guy, I actually would like to come to the Sixers.
Hey, but we are in Brooklyn right now, so we have to play it out and see how things go.
For sure. And I have nothing bad to say about Brooklyn organization. They're a good organization. The people around here are great, but this is a business. So, as his father, I would like to see him in the best possible company. You understand what I'm saying?
Without a doubt.
Successful in a company.
So look, Jack, just one. I got one thing. Just dad to dad. All right.
Got you.
It's such a cool thing. Like I love our local guys, but especially your family. I love your family. What's it like?
I appreciate it.
What's it like to have your son? You're a basketball guy. What's it like to have your son, flourish in the NBA? Like watching him win an NCAA title, like watching him play at Villanova, watching him be in the NBA and flourish. What's it like just from a pride standpoint?
Well, first and foremost, it's definitely a blessing, for our family, and I've always been a basketball guy, so it had its surreal moments, just the whole process. But it's great, it's a great thing. We're totally into sports, not just basketball, but we definitely, because I tell you, we definitely grew up basketball only. You know what I mean? And it's just tremendous. It's tremendous for all of it. It's tremendous for my younger cousins and next generations who are able to say, hey, that's my cousin, that's my family, and give them something to strive for as well. And Mikal's such a great dude. Like he's a great dude that you guys see, and he's just as great within the family and all of us and all that stuff. So,
and I know, I imagine as a dad, you're just thrilled from all the hard work that he put in and that he continues to, that it's just a beautiful thing. I just going through youth sports with my kids, to now fast forward to like somebody like Mikal achieving it's a great thing. I'm just so happy for you and your family, buddy.
Thanks, Ian. I appreciate it. And listen, I've appreciated you guys all these years, even back before the old situation. I mean, you guys have always talked well about Mikal, especially you, because you've been putting him out there before he was even really out there. And I appreciate it. So I thank you guys. And, I listen to you guys. And now that I, cuz kind of put me down on what your schedule's like, I'll definitely be checking you out for sure. And cuz, I'm waiting to get on the show again. So, anytime you call me, I'm ready. But again, I totally appreciate you guys. I always have. And I tell cuz all the time, and this is my first time getting to tell you, my friend, I definitely appreciate it. And, keep up the great job that you guys are doing.
It's also because you guys, so I have the same relationship with my cousin Joey that you and Devon have, Jack. Like we're like brothers. We grew up together, and
for sure,
it's just like it's so Philadelphia. Like our generation, we're from the same generation. We have that like cousins are like
people
brothers.
Don't understand that. Yeah,
it's blood,
we say that all the time. So people don't understand that, man.
Sure.
So and with Jack, I have two main cousins that my basketball love came from, and especially the playing style. My cousin Sean and my cousin Jack. So me and Sean and me and Jack, we would be out a lot just doing stuff with basketball. And there would be those nights where we would be at Parkside at night with my other cousin's son, and we would just be going through stuff because Jack is my older cousin. Jack is 3 years older than me. So as you said, he's like my big brother. And so with that, a lot of my love for playing and the things that I would do on the floor were because of those two, Sean and Jack. And seeing what he did with his other boys who also played, and of course Kale getting to the NBA and having everything, we get to live through him, and it's fun to just watch him thrive at Villanova, to thrive now in the league and do what he's doing, and just be proud to be like, yeah, that's my little cousin. And he's 6'7", but he's still my little cousin, right?
That's right.
But so yeah, man. To your point, and I know about Joey and your whole family and all that stuff, but that's the same with us. We're all that way. So you do your things, like I'll pull Jack, like, yo, you want to go to the football game? We out. Let's go. And
it'll take nothing but one question. It don't take much playing.
Yeah, we out. Yeah. He's like, all right, we're in the playoffs, or I'm about to go to Phoenix. You ready to go? I'm out. And and our schedule was so crazy, I couldn't always go. But when the Sixers were done, and there was an opportunity for me to leave, I was out there for the Western Conference Finals, out there for the NBA Finals. I was out there whenever I could get, because he'd be like, yo, we're out. Let's go. And so that's who we are. That's who we still are. Yep.
I love it. I love
in Brooklyn too. In Brooklyn too.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, cuz, I got a quick question for you, Ann, before you guys go.
Yeah, man.
You see me playing. We've grown up playing ball all our life, right?
Right.
What would you say is similar with my game when I used to play? And I'm all golf now. Basketball's out. Total golf.
Wait.
I'm trying to get cuz out there.
I'm hearing you.
Oh, I said I'm basketball. I'm out. I'm a total golfer at this point. You know what I mean? Just all golf.
Yeah, he's out on basketball. It's more golf right now. So
wow, you got it.
Yeah.
I stink. I would love to go. I'd love to go golfing with you, though. I would love to do it.
Please
I would love that.
Yeah.
So my guys I golf with are big Anthony Gargano fans. Boy, they would be tripped out if you came.
I would love. Are you kidding me? Sure. I would love it. Name the time. Listen. I'll be your caddy. All right, I'll carry the clubs.
I would say to answer your question is Kale's game from what you do. First of all, now that he has the back to the basket game, he could do that. So Jack was a bigger guard at the time in high school and then getting to college. So he would punish smaller guards on the low block at like 6'3", 6'4". And then I would also say that the cerebral part of the game, where his IQ, of course, coming from you and learning the other stuff once he got to Jay Wright and all that stuff. Right. I would say, of course, the cerebral part and the patience of the game is something that I see in him that I remember from when you played.
That's beautiful. That's awesome.
And look, Derek Bodner asked on the show, and what happened to the Sixers draft hat that night. Yes. So I texted Jack and I was like, yo, what happened to the hat? He said, I think we gave it back to the official and I wish I would have kept it. So I forgot to tell you that. All right, so I have this. I think this is the Suns 2018 draft cap, right? I think this is Suns 2018 draft cap. And then I still have the Sixers 2018 draft cap.
Oh, that's fabulous.
From that draft. So there you have it. Yeah, look at that.
Oh my
goodness.
Yeah.
We got to burn that.
So
burn that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I started to hide mine. When the guy came around, it was collecting us to give us the Phoenix one. I didn't know where mine was at.
Yeah,
that was in my head. I'm like, I don't know where my head is.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's fantastic. Guys, I love you. God bless you. D, you're the best. Jack, man, family, man. You set that up, man. We'll go golfing, all right? I would love that.
Hey, we got the PHLY. We got the PHLY golf outing coming up.
That's right. That's right. That's perfect. Over at Valley Brook, Jaws' spot. So it'll be great.
Oh, that's one of our spots we play all the time too.
Oh, that's perfect, man. I love it.
For sure.
Much love,
thanks
brother.
for the time, man. I appreciate you having me, man.
Yes.
For sure. Anytime you want to reach out and have me on for any questions or answers.
I would love to do that. One day we got to do it back in the day. You got to come in and we got to talk about basketball of the 80s, right? Back in the day, Philadelphia basketball, the playgrounds. You guys were 52nd and Parkside. We were 19th
That's
and
right.
Johnson or 12th and Wharton, right? Like all
Oh,
those
yeah.
spots.
Oh yeah.
That's cool, man. Guys, God
No
bless
doubt.
you.
Whenever, Ant, let me know, man. I'll come in for sure.
That's a bet, man. Thanks, boys. Appreciate it, brothers.
that.
There he is,
Sorry, I
Devon
couldn't get the
Gibbons.
camera figured out, guys.
I love now. Forget that. Jack Bridges, just amazing, man. Just great stuff, man.
Great story.
Right? Yeah. It's sad, man. It sucks, man. That we love Mikal.
Yep.
Love
Yeah.
Mikal.
Still enjoy watching him play, even though he's not our boy.
Oh my God.
Pop's taking some heat in the chat room, though. As soon as he dropped Boston, they're like, oh my God, end the call. Violation. Get him on the air.
What are we gonna do?
Oh my God. That's just unbelievable, dude.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I still can't
What
believe
could have been?
we had him. We had Mikal.
He wore the hat. He had the hat on the stage, cuz.
Oh my God.
Is there any more like Philadelphia, the cliche bird in the hand, two in the bush? It's like,
Oh,
you had it.
you had him. You had him.
Oh man.
Oh my God. What a beautiful family, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, good
they're
people.
just
I mean,
incredible
Devon's
family.
okay. The other guys are cool.
I mean, just an amazing family. Oh my God. Oh.
Awesome.
All right. Here's the deal. What's the matter?
There's a lot of cuz reference going on between Devon and Jack, so people were like confused about who's cuz.
Yeah, we're all cuz. Everybody's cuz.
We're all
And it's funny
cousins.
because like cousin, like we all, that's a Philadelphia thing. That's what it is. All right, we're going to come back. I got the Friday Five. We got taste tests of the new Hers Philadelphia style chips, ravioli,
Stromboli.
Stromboli.
Pierogi.
and pierogi.
We all ended in eyes.
And we got a couple nugs, and we got our man TV Todd. Let me tell you about Bet Parks. Bet Parks Friday, baby. Yes, the proud official betting operator of the PGA Tour. The Travelers Championship continues in Connecticut. Bet Parks app has a multitude of ways to bet the PGA. All right, Fightins, Taiwan Walker. First game of the series against Zona. Live bet while you watch the game and on the Bet Parks online casino and sportsbook app. Bet the first 3 innings, the first 5 innings, the whole game. Bet more than the score. Bet player performances for hits, home runs, strikeouts, you name it. Plus play casino games with live dealers, live baccarat, live roulette, several different live blackjack games. You can play them all right now with a live dealer right on your phone with the Bet Parks online casino and sportsbook app. Play hundreds of exciting online slots. All right, Slingo, Fire and Ice, fantastic fireworks, Lucky Cherry, all the action, excitement from the casino right at your fingertips. Safe, simple, easy to use. Bet Parks, the only app I'll use, recommend odds, bets, slots, games right in your pocket. Great offer for new users, too, guys. Listen to this. Download the Bet Parks online casino and sportsbook app. Get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. BetParks.com has all the details. Got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Maryland, Ohio, Michigan. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. You love to play. You play to win. You bet. Bet Parks. How about it? Also, guys, I want to tell you about True Fan Travel. You want to make a memory? You want to have a blast? You got to see Vince Rizzuto, truefantravel.com. Eagles in Brazil. You want to go? There's a trip. It's fantastic. You want to talk about making a memory? You want to go to New Orleans? Check out the birds in New Orleans. You want to go to L.A.? You want to go to Cincinnati? You want to go on a bus trip? You want to check out any kind of European travel? True Fan Travel is the way to go. I'm telling you, all right? I'm not just the spokesman. I've been on the trips, all right? I love their trips. First class, right? You want to go to Tampa? You want to go have a great time, sit in the sun, go on a boat, hang out? They have all kinds of excursions, all kinds of unique meet and greets. Vince Rizzuto does it up, all right? I know Vince for a while now, and I've seen the way he runs True Fan Travel, which is Philly sports trips. It's tremendous. I mean, absolutely tremendous. So there's nothing like traveling with your brethren, right? Like you're making memories, you're meeting new friends, you want to travel abroad. It's a great way to go. You get to see the sights, you get to be with people, you're safe, you're going to stay in great spots. He always has great hotels, always has great excursions. I can't stress to you enough. It is a vacation of a lifetime. All right. Check off the bucket list season by season with True Fan Travel. Check out truefantravel.com. All right, boys. Friday 5. And open up the chips. All right?
Yeah.
All right. I'll give you the first question. Give me the most underrated Philadelphia player in the honor of Cole Hamels.
All right. I will go with the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going with Garrett Blunt. Man had a touchdown in every game in the playoffs.
The only thing, you're so fast.
I know. I think he was a big part of that Super Bowl run, though.
He's a big part of that Super Bowl win.
Yeah, but it was 1 year. Roll the Blunt. That was great. But
Yeah.
Roll the Blunt 1 year.
But if you didn't have him,
Cole
that year-
Hamels was like, a mainstay.
yeah, I got you. I got you.
I got you. Good answer. What do you got?
I'm going to go with
Name in the box.
I'm going to go with Hamels' catcher. Chooch.
I thought about Chooch.
Choochie.
He was here for the entire
Got a lot of love. Is he underrated?
I think he's got a ton of love.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Andrews.
Oh, man. Starting this one
That's
again?
what we need. We need a buzzer. We need a buzzer.
We gotta get a buzzer.
The problem is
Every
there's a
time I
lot of
say
players
something.
on that team that you just love. And I feel like Chooch kind of falls down the pecking order.
Yeah.
I got someone on this team I think is underrated.
On this current team?
No, 2008.
2008. Okay.
I think the only Jason Worth I think is underrated because Pedro Feliz is the only guy who gets
that was
less
good.
attention.
That's a great answer.
I think
good.
it's
I
Jason
was-
Worth there.
I was
Worth
gonna
is
put
a
him.
great answer. And they missed Worth in
Oh,
2011.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true. I was
They
going to
took
put
the
him.
money, and I don't blame
Yeah,
them
yeah,
taking
you
the
can't
bag.
blame that. Now he's gave him money to become a thoroughbred champion.
So this is ravioli.
Going ravioli.
All right.
Salute,
Smells
boys.
like a ravioli.
Describe it for me since I don't have one. I want to know crunch, flavor.
That's delicious.
These are good. BG, these are good.
I like it.
Very good.
They're pretty good.
Got good
That's a good
marinara
one.
flavor.
It does.
That's good.
And you still get the hint of the ricotta ravioli.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right.
That's a good taste.
Yeah.
I literally just been into a ravioli without the texture. I got a little crunch, which was cool.
I
I'll
gotta
bring it
tell
over
you,
to you, Andrew.
that is a good. Yeah, give
Thank
me a
you.
water because I want to cleanse the palate.
Oh, good idea.
Oh, dude.
Listen, Carson's just sitting there. He should be the intern getting us waters and stuff.
Yeah, what are you doing, Carson? Other than root for Freddie Galvis. All right, question number 2.
Thank you, sir.
Give me a Philadelphia sports gaffe like trading Mikal Bridges.
Dude, tonight, the Bob.
Oh, the Bob.
Trading away the Bob.
That's a great
for
one.
the Briz.
JP.
Yeah, Bob's good.
Good. Now, that's a strong answer.
Yep.
Great answer, JP.
Franchise
Miss you,
crushing.
All right, man in the box.
First off, Chip, loved it. Very good.
Yeah.
Great taste. Gaff, Andrew Bynum. Come on. What could have been? Andrew Bynum.
Yep.
I think that's the biggest.
We are
Well,
Gaff
Start of
City.
the
bigger than
process.
Mikal Bridges, but it was bad.
We're Gaff City, buddy.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
But what
All
he
right.
could
Yeah.
have been,
Yeah, I thought that was a good one.
I think it's like bigger than Mikal.
No.
Because
if you got this
no,
promise-
he's got to go too far.
He messed it up.
Yeah, he was good, and then he's got to go too far.
Because of Bynum, we went to the process. That sucks.
All right, VG.
This one is personal because it kind of tarnished the name of firefighters everywhere.
Oh.
Danny Watkins.
Oh,
Because you know who was drafted right
Great
after
guy.
him? You know who was drafted immediately after him? Cam Jordan.
yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go on.
Yeah, that's a great one. Oh, my God. All right, off of Willie Mays. Give me a player you've always wanted to see.
Oh, 1 or 3?
Whatever you want.
All right.
Give me whatever you want. Give me
All right,
a
we'll go
player
three.
you've always wanted to see.
All right. These are all very close to my heart. These are all my teams. So we're going number 1, Reggie White. I wish I would have seen that dominance.
That's good.
Number 2, the Lindros. Oh, I would have loved to see that line, man. And then number 3, I know a lot of people probably don't see this, but this is my favorite soccer player of all time. Carlos El Pibe Valderrama. Played it here in the MLS for a little bit, but in Colombia, he is a legend.
What's his name?
Carlos El Pibe Valderrama.
El Pibe?
El Pibe.
Okay.
In Argentina, Pibe is like young one. So
Oh,
they
like a
used to
baby.
call him El Pibe.
Okay.
He used to play with that flair like a kid.
Oh, cool.
I
That's
wish I would have
awesome.
loved seeing him in his prime. But those are my 3.
All right. Frazier.
I'm hesitant. All right.
Oh,
No,
boy.
just do it.
Here
Don't
we
even
go.
worry. Just do it.
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan.
Great answer.
Joe Montana.
Great answer.
And Nolan Ryan.
All
You
right.
aced it, dude.
Yeah.
Excellent. Aced it.
Yeah, what were you
Aced it.
hesitant about there?
I know. I felt like
That's
you guys
actually
might
great
have
answers.
like. You guys might have like some beef with me picking Joe Montana and all
No,
that
no.
stuff.
Excellent answers. Excellent answers.
I go Roberto Clemente.
Oh, that's good.
Bob Gibson. He always seemed like a mean guy on the mound.
You throw out your head.
And Wilt. Never saw
Yeah.
Wilt.
But that was my number one. Was
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Just you hear it like he's
Yeah.
like a Zeus, like a Greek god, how he
Yeah.
changed the game.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
All right, this is the Hers pierogi.
The pierogies.
All right, let me try the Hers pierogi. Fill up your pierogi.
Yeah, from my mom's pierogies.
See, we need to get Andrew's girlfriend to see if these are legit, though. She's the Polish.
Sour cream.
I gotta tell you,
I'll tell you if they're
that's
legit.
2 for 2. Cause
Yeah, it's good.
2 for 2.
I would eat that. I like it.
2 for 2. Make these chips back.
You
Send
want
them
one?
back.
Listen,
try
Carson, on
one.
this time, Carson's got to get up and
Passing
come
up
over
on
here
the
and
pierogi
get the
over
Get
chips.
your ass up,
Yeah,
Carson.
Carson, you get over here next time and we pass it to Andrew, just sitting back.
That's a good pierogi.
I like those, but I'm going the raviolis over the pierogies.
They're very good. They're both really good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. The stromboli.
Stromboli.
Bro, they're really
And I'm
good
a
on the
spice
flavor.
man. So I like the heat.
Love it.
Spice man.
All right. Give me a bigger hate to face than J.J. Redick.
So I'm going with the most recent one. I'm sorry, Mr. Papa Bridges, but Jayson Tatum. Hate that face, especially after his
That's a good answer.
his championship
He's
run,
a hate to face.
doing all those corny celebrations. Yeah, I'm going the Tatums.
All right. Tatum's. I like it. That's good. Very good, JP. Andrew.
Aaron Rodgers. I cannot stand that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. He's, on the field, but off the field stuff, oh, God.
Like
So it's his
conspiracies?
personality. It's not just a face.
I just think he's just
Yeah,
kind of.
hate the face. I don't know if he's hate the face, dude.
He's a J.O.
He may be a J.O., but is he a hate the face?
Yeah, he's a hate the face.
Here we
man.
go.
You're already assuming you're going to like these Stromboli. You got 4 chips deep on the first one.
He's got the mound.
There, he left in here.
I need to dive into these. Because it's hot Stromboli. Like, I'm excited for this.
I go hate the face. This guy drove me nuts. Birdman. You remember this guy? I got a picture of
Let me pull the picture up.
Dude, this
He was
guy,
horrible.
As soon as he just shoot a foul shot, and I just
Horrible.
hated the way he looked.
Hated him.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, look, Carson's still
Oh, it's
sitting
my
back.
pull up.
Al Horford.
Ooh.
Eddie Wright. Al Horford.
Oh, dude, that
Birdman.
mohawk.
look at
Forgot
Bird.
about the mohawk,
I
dude.
hate
That
Birdman.
dude. Yeah, he just everything about him.
He's horrible, Birdman. I
Ready to
agree.
go into these?
All right, I'm dying to taste them. This hot Stromboli.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh.
These are the best ones by far. These are the
Dude.
best ones.
These hot Strombolis are ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Like food engineers over there. Like, I don't know how they recreate this.
It tastes like a hot Stromboli.
These are the best. Oh my god.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
That's ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Nicely done, hers.
Gotta give them
Yeah,
hers.
nicely done.
You did it, guys.
That
That's
tastes like
actually
there's long hots on that.
I'm
No,
sure.
but you don't use the long hots on the Stromboli.
I knew that was coming.
What's the matter
saying
with
the
it? Why is
taste.
he
There are
irritated?
2 of these guys over here, Carson and Frazier.
Carson's, listen, I would have talked to his father to give him a beating. He's got to get a beating.
The Manning belt.
The Manning belt.
All right. Oh, man. Give me all of the hers. 3 for 3, pierogies, ravioli, and hot Stromboli. Give me the 3 best, or give me your best junk food, JP.
All right, this one's easy for me because I'm always trying to stay away from these.
That's
But
good.
number 1, the donut. Love the donut. All right, and our GM Vince is always bringing them in. It's just
Every
it's
damn day.
sitting in
Yeah.
front of me, and I'm just dying inside. Gotta go pizza.
That's
Come
not
on.
a junk food.
Not junk food.
No.
How's that not junk food?
It's good for you.
If I eat pizza every day,
Depends what kind of pizza.
I mean, if we're
You're
eating
eating
pizza
the true Napoleon, the
That's,
true
like a
Napoleon.
that's a meal.
Because I can't get the Napolitano
Yes, you
pizza.
can. Now you can get it. Anyway, good. I got you. I'm just teasing.
And I'm going the loaded French fries. You give me any type of loaded French fry, I'm there.
That's strong.
Love
Very,
it.
very strong. Yeah. Andrew.
Flavor blasted goldfish, the extra cheddar. I love those things. I'll polish off a bag in one sitting. Hard
It's
pretzels.
like the pagan. It's like
Yeah, the
goldfish.
fish. I don't get the fish people.
I love hard pretzels.
Hard pretzels are good.
Like the big sourdough.
How about the extra dark pretzel?
Oh, I love those.
What's the one
That's
that we
a
had
good
at the
item.
office,
Yeah, I don't
Andrew?
do the
There's
extra
dots.
darks.
Yeah, I like the extra
dots, the dots. Yeah,
Those
yeah,
were
they're good.
addicting.
Yeah.
They were so good.
And then I like those nerd clusters.
I don't like the nerd clusters.
Nerd clusters?
Yeah,
What are
I
they?
like a nerd,
It's
but
like a
then you get
gummy-
that
it's a
weird
gummy
gooey
covered-
thing in the middle.
Yeah, it's a gummy covered
Yeah.
in nerds.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
I liked it all amount on the goldfish simply because, so my brother, for full disclosure, my brother has autism. So he only eats the goldfish and the Cheez-It. So I'm like so tired of both of those. I can't do them anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Because he would eat them every day. I would, grab a couple. Now I'm tired.
Yeah, after a while, you get tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll never get tired of this.
Oh, no,
This
that-
Stromboli.
yeah.
Stromboli chip. All right, VG's Nugs, then TV
Yeah, let me give me my
Side.
snacks, man. I do.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm a
I'm sorry.
chocolate covered pretzel guy.
That's a great fold off the item.
Like it.
The chocolate cover pretzel.
I'll go hot fries. And I do a little cookies and
What
cream
kind of
ice
hot
cream.
fries?
The Andy Cat. hot
Andy
fries.
Cap hot fries.
dude.
Yeah, get out. That's a
Yeah,
strong
dude.
item.
Good throwback, man.
Andy Cap hot fries.
Yeah.
Andy Cap.
Like,
You ever see Andy Cap? The picture of Andy Cap? Like he was a British.
no, he's like a cartoon, right?
Yeah. We had like the British
Yes.
kind of look. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
he's
weird
got,
little
like
hat.
the
Yeah.
Jeff cap
I
or
want
whatever.
to see him because I haven't
Yeah.
seen him in so long.
Yeah. What was your third one?
I do cookies and cream ice cream.
Yeah,
go
listen,
that way.
that's strong. That's why Anthony's a cookies and cream head.
Good taste.
Yeah, he does.
There he is.
All right, VG's Nugs. What do we got, buddy?
The Nugs.
Oh, we gotta give some love to Rojas last night.
Yeah.
First game, so you go 4 for 4, Oppo home run, walk, stolen base. He's learning.
Did you
He
see-
need a little kick in the ass down
Did
there.
you see him collide with the right fielder?
I hear there was a collision.
Yeah.
He didn't leave the game. Toughening him up down there.
That was so funny.
That's good.
I like those
good.
jerseys, by the way, VG. The gold ones.
I do too.
Yeah,
I like. You
kind
know,
of
like them?
indifferent to him.
I kind of like them.
Nice.
Corey Seidman had a little thing. 74 games in with the Phils. 37 of them were versus teams with a winning record before the Phillies showed up. 37 were with teams below 500. So the teams that they played above 500, they're 25 and 12.
Take
Okay,
that.
got a problem with that?
Yeah.
Like, is that?
that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Also, Phillies related. There's a little bit of hot dog news.
Oh, yeah?
Oh?
What we got?
Yeah,
The
they
glizzies?
changed the container. Like, you used to get the hot dog in the foil. Now it comes in this plastic container. And there's a little bit of pushback. The steam,
Messes up the bun.
you can't shove them in your pocket. You want to throw some pocket dogs and walk around?
Dude,
Yeah, I like the
soggy hot
foil.
dogs,
Yeah.
too.
Hot dog.
I don't like that. It's a mess.
You're not a pocket dog guy?
What does he get? I
You
like
got
that
a dog,
dog.
you got a couple beers, you throw the dogs in your pockets.
Also, the ketchup on the hot dog. What the hell?
That's a bad look. That's a bad picture all around. And the plastic.
I like the
I don't
ketchup.
understand why you put hot dog in plastic. It messes the bun up.
Exactly.
Totally screws it up with the steam. And also, these forever chemicals in these plastic. I don't know if you've heard, like 92% of all semen tested on men has forever chemical traces in it. We got enough plastic in our lives, keep them in the foil. What?
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, that's
Agreed.
bad, man.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, foil.
Foil.
Foil's good.
Oh, yeah.
Gun violence is down in Philadelphia,
Yes,
which is
saw
good
that.
news. Pretzel violence is up. This came across my screen on the Citizens app. Someone at 5th and Wolf throwing pretzels at cars.
That's so funny.
Only in Philadelphia.
Oh,
Would
my
you get
God.
a crime blotter saying people throwing pretzels at cars?
I love
You're
the
walking
Citizens
around
app.
Fifth and Wolf.
Yeah.
You're driving past Fifth and Wolf, and people are.
pretzel at your car. Like, what the hell?
I stream on the Citizens app anytime that there's an accident or anything near me, so look for Philly Bob Thornton. That's my name on there, Philly Bob
That's your
Thornton.
name. That's a
I
decent name.
commentate the
I like it.
accident or the whatever's going on.
Oh, you comment?
I commentate
Dude.
live, yeah. People can chime in on the app, and I'll be like, "Oh, there's
Is commentate a word? Dude, he commentates on it?
You're officially old, Andrew.
Yeah, you are an old guy commenting on
Philly Bob Thornton. Look me up."
Hanging out with the Karens?
So we've probably all seen this picture, you know. Well, maybe if you haven't, Bill Belichick, everyone was giving him a hard time. He did the walk of shame back in the summer. Coming out shirtless, barrel-chested. Everyone,
This is great.
everyone giving him grief. Well, apparently he was leaving the house of Jordan Hudson, his girlfriend, 24 years old. Bill's 72. There she is.
That's
So who's
weird.
left? That is not a walk of shame. It's become a walk of fame at this point.
Now, could you imagine her father?
No, he's probably like 53.
Right?
Right.
Now, if he's a Patriots fan, maybe he's like, you know,
What can
happy
you
about
That's
it.
still got to be weird.
Nah,
what could
I mean,
they be
you gotta
talking
go,
about?
yo, you know.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on.
it's weird.
That's a violation, VJ.
NFL.
The guy, I think about that. Bill is like, Belichick is so interesting because he does not, like, you would never think that, of all people, like, that he would be hooking up with a girl 50 years younger than him.
One of the big
Like,
genius
you
in the
wouldn't think
NFL
that,
team
right?
You
all
would think
time.
he's got no game.
Right.
He's not smooth talking. He's not
Right.
handsome. he's just
he's just Bob,
got
right?
cash. Yeah, but yeah, he's not a guy you would think that would
But
pull
he
that.
is really smart. Like, and
Yeah.
I saw him.
You say she's cerebral.
Well, guess what? Listen, he's got game, right? I was watching him being interviewed for, it was like CNBC, and this was like during the 5 years where he said nothing about it. He was expansive, interesting. He's an interesting dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We were talking. He runs around with Bon Jovi,
Yeah.
rock stars. So Kevin in the chat says Bill's daughter's 40. Imagine being Bill's daughter.
She
Yes.
probably like, so, like, what are you kidding me?
Meet your stepmom. She's half my age, Dad.
Oh my God.
NFL released some pictures of, like, I don't know why, of Gardner Minshew yesterday. Have you seen this quarterback picture? You're gonna love it. This he's got a little intimidating pose.
Oh my
I don't know.
God.
You can't see his eyes, but he's making crazy eyes in this picture.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it is
God.
Dude, what was it? 21, where he played the last couple games. Oh, I couldn't stand the fans trying to say, "Yo, put in Minshew over Hurts." Jeez, Louise.
Yeah, the Minshew love, Minshew
insane.
mania. I don't care. I never
Oh,
got the Minshew mania.
I was at that Saints game when he started.
Yeah.
When Hurts was hurt.
Yep.
That was Kate's, my girlfriend. That was her first ever game,
Okay.
Eagles game to go to, and it was the worst game we've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
The Minshew mania.
Vanna White. Anyone a fan of Vanna White?
No.
No.
What's you to be a fan of? Turn over a letter.
It's Vanna, man. Vanna was on The Price is Right. I bet you never knew that.
No, really?
23-year-old Vanna White on The Price is Right.
Get out.
Yeah.
Spice Rice still
Did
on?
you spin? Did you win?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't dig deeper than that. Cursory
That's a
enough.
good. No, listen, that's a good nugget.
Good little note.
You like that? You sound like you're offended. I'm not a Vanna White fan.
Yeah, I like Vanna. I think she got to deal with weirdo Pat Sajak, you know? She turns the letters like no
Creepy
one else
Pat.
can turn the letters. Yeah, the way she slides over and taps those things. You know? Yeah.
That's all computerized.
Slides over.
She's got
the
to
way
tap
she
it, though.
slides
She's
over.
got to tap it. You know, she's
Said
right now,
tap
she's
it.
probably like 70-something in those heels.
She was holding out.
Holding
like-
out for what?
Remember, she was holding out contract dispute.
Yeah, she should. She's worth more than him, too. I've looked this up. I think because she's got like a clothing and perfume line. She's worth a lot more than Pat Sajak. She's really turned her into she's worth like 30, 40 mil.
You want to talk
Good for
about?
her.
She's akin to the backup quarterback that never plays. like that.
That's
size
a
of big-
violation.
that's
Call
in it.
Vanna White a backup QB. You're calling her like a Coy Detmer.
Get out of here! She stole money.
No.
Stinks.
Chase Daniel.
She's Chase Daniel.
Dan Shyrock. She's a nice item.
Yeah, but you could go many nice items.
That's good.
You ever see the show Hot Ones?
Yes.
They eat wings and talk.
Yes.
We should do that here.
So, I mean, I'm not huge with the exposed chest and stuff.
Right, you
area.
don't like chest.
Heidi Klum was on it. She's got a new technique for cooling off.
Dude,
Apparently,
I saw this.
she unbuttons her shirt and exposes her red bra and fans
Yes.
herself down.
She did this.
Yeah, she did that to cool off. So
Yeah.
I am 100% on that chest
Heidi.
and neck exposure.
Yeah, yes. Project Runway has not been the same since Heidi left.
She's got the accent I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
When
always
she would
says
say,
Afriazine.
yeah, when she would say that.
Oh, yeah.
She always does the crazy Halloween costumes. Like she
Yeah.
goes
Yeah. Oh, he was
overboard.
cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hoodie's cool.
Big week in the pagan world.
Oh, really?
Oh, lots of incense, lots of rituals
What's
this
going
week.
on this week?
Yesterday was a summer solstice,
Oh, wow.
and followed by today as a strawberry full moon right on the back end of the solstice. So this will be the biggest moon of the year.
Okay.
Strawberry moon because it's
beautiful.
It's
That was
big. It's
cool.
going to be the lowest moon. That's why it's the biggest moon. There's a little red
Nice.
reflection
So
while
we'll
it's
see
low.
that tonight?
That'll be
Tonight.
It won't be that red, but as it's lower to the horizon, it'll be a little
Now, what
reddish.
does it mean? Can you ask the pagan, like, what does it mean when you have this kind of moon?
Well, so they believe in the power of the full moon. At least the people
lunar
I know.
energy.
Yeah, so there's mantras and chants. So
Okay.
we do a little chant in our house during the
Oh,
full
nice.
moon. So you try and go under the full moon at peak time. And she'll do a little like full moon, bring us like love, abundance, health, stuff like that. So you try to harness the power at the peak.
Nice.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the peak today is 9:08 p.m.
I'll go out tonight.
Yeah,
I'll tell that too.
ask the moon for a little whatever you
I
want.
love the moon. I'm a moon fan.
Yeah. Get
Yeah.
your
Moonsman.
crystals. Get
I'm
your
a lunar guy.
Yeah, you charge your
Get your
crystals.
power crystals and charge them under the full moon.
I would do that. What's
Yeah.
the price?
Yeah.
You got some for me?
I got no crystals on me
You got
now.
crystals?
Yeah, we can make a trip. There's a Garden of Letters, South Street. We'll go grab some crystals.
Crystals. I'm down. I can use all the help I get.
So I got 2 quick late additions to the nugs, I think.
Okay.
Carson, can you see Andrew's screen? I found a Versace robe. I want to see if this is the one you got. That's it. Look at that.
That's the one.
Carson.
Look at that.
Carson's got the Versace.
Dude.
Versace, walk back here. Show
awesome.
people what you look
Yeah,
like.
come over here, Carson.
Because people got to see you.
That's
and
awesome.
then imagine
You gotta imagine him in this
Carson
room.
and the Versace
Yeah.
robe. This is the Braves body.
Versace man.
All right, go sit down,
It's not just
Versace.
Versace. He buys it on Rodeo Drive.
Dude, that's legit. Straight from the
Talk
source.
about a kid
the pure thread.
that definitely needs to get a beat.
Yeah. I was not in favor of the Manning belt, but I am now.
Yeah.
Strong proponent of the Manning belt.
Oh, that's fabulous. That's good.
And Hassan Reddick's been MIA from some camps.
Yeah.
People found him. He's in Japan.
You're gonna love this, cuz.
He's cosplay.
Here, one second.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at it. I
This is
didn't
a
have
really.
this one.
This is not Andrew's fault. This is a late edition on Twitter. It's been circulating.
Jamie,
You're gonna love this.
Jamie quote tweeted this one.
Oh
One
my
second, almost
God.
there.
Jamie Lynch.
Yeah.
Dude.
So Hassan has not been at any
He's
of the
a
mandatory
cosplay?
camps.
What's
his-
He's-
Dude,
look at
that's
that
awesome.
in the kimono.
That is so sick. That is so cool.
Yeah, he's got
I'm
a
not
samurai
messing with
sword
Hassan.
on him.
He's like, you either give me the extension or else.
I gotta say, the cosplay doesn't work when you have a modern umbrella.
Yeah, what? Yeah, the umbrella is no good on
modern
him.
umbrella. It's like
If you're a samurai, you can get me afraid
you
of
get wet.
a wet. I'm
Come
gonna get
on,
wet.
you're right. Samurai with a.
And I love Reddick. Hassan's. I've had him, Baldy, and I've had him on the show many times.
I wonder how
Yeah.
Jets fans feel about Reddick.
Oh, I
Can't be
you
happy.
know.
I mean, you gotta expect he's gotta get paid.
You a samurai guy?
They're cool. Not really.
No.
I'm okay. I'm more of a ninja guy.
Okay.
I like the
I'm a
ninja over the
samurai. I
samurai.
love that culture.
I knew he would be a
I'm
samurai
a big
guy.
samurai guy. Yeah.
Samurai guy. All right, there you go. All right, we have reached that time. TV time.
One second.
Oh,
we're
my
getting
God.
TV. We're getting TV Todd on here. We haven't gotten TV Todd up yet.
Oh my God!
All right, now here comes TV Todd.
Carson's like, I could have had this done by now.
Act like a man. You can't handle the truth.
It's time for TV time.
Todd.
Here I am, quirky and cool.
Yeah, it's you.
Don't sleep on TV Todd now.
All our guests, quirky and cool.
My daughter was down here when she walked by the TV when VG said that. And she turned to me, she goes, does quirky mean weird?
No,
It's
interesting.
cool. It's eccentric.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Are you a samurai guy, or a ninja guy?
Neither.
Neither.
Yeah.
I'm a
yeah.
Kill Bill guy.
You're what? Kill Bill?
Kill Bill guy.
I
Yeah.
like The Last Samurai.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, what happened with the Bears? With Hershey?
Big game last night at about 12:45 a.m. The Bears pulled out a win to even the Calder Cup series at 2-2. Game 5 is tomorrow night.
Oh, you'll be there for center ice.
I won't be at that one because that's in Coachella, but I'll be there Monday night for Game 6.
Okay.
Dan Bylsma, man, he's getting hazed in Hershey. Every time that guy walks, he gets the Sid Crosby sucks chance right at him.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's cool. That's a fun run. I got to tell you, that's a fun run.
Oh, the two great, really good teams. It shows me that the Kraken's farm system is pretty solid. They are fast and well structured.
That's cool, man. That's very cool. All right, what do we got? Let's talk some TV, Todd. Some movies, television, all the great things that Todd has to offer.
Well, a little bit, as always, a little bit of a mix each week. I really am getting into the new series version of the 1990 film Presumed Innocent. For those of you who don't know about this genre, I guess it was the 80s and maybe I guess the early 90s too, there was a genre out there that cousin VG, you're definitely going to remember, called the courtroom legal thriller, right? So you had Presumed Innocent, you had The Jagged Edge, you had The Verdict, you had Suspect. The movies went on, and it was a very successful genre that some of the studios have said, admittedly, they want to bring back. And they were great.
They were great stories. What was who was the author?
Scott Turow was one.
Yeah.
Then there was another one.
Who was the big one?
Yeah. Well, no, it was Scott Turow. Scott Turow wrote.
There was another one too, though. Yeah. He did all the legal stuff. He was a famous lawyer. He wrote. Oh my God.
You're not talking about John Grisham.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. John. By the way, John Grisham came a little bit later. With The Firm was his first big one.
Yes.
But you know what's funny about that? The Firm. Everybody kind of knows that movie. Tom Cruise.
I love The Firm.
Back in the day. Yeah, great book, great movie. And actually, there's a sequel that I'm reading right now. It's a book that Grisham wrote, a sequel to The Firm, where you follow Mitch McDeere, the Tom Cruise character, like 15 years later. I'm reading it right now.
Oh, I'm down with that. Let me know how it is, if it's worth it. Because
I will for sure.
I love that movie. I thought that movie was really good. It was well done.
The whole genre. You know what? That genre, when I think of that genre, Jagged Edge, Presumed Innocent, all that stuff, Fatal Attraction, you know, stuff. It reminds me
Michael
of
Douglas was in almost every one of them.
Yes, it felt like that.
Yeah, he was, and Jeff Bridges was in a lot of them, and Glenn Close, but it's one of those things where I remember the movie theater on Friday night being a big deal. That you'd go on dates there or family to see those kinds of films. So Apple TV is doing a series now based on the movie Presumed Innocent, which starred Harrison Ford back in the day. It's about a prosecutor who gets accused of murdering one of his colleagues. And the updated version, I've only watched the first 2 episodes. It's great so far. It's on Apple. It stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Peter Skarsgård. It's really good so far.
He's good.
Yeah, really, really good so far. So I'm excited about that.
What was that movie? He was the guy that everybody loved, right? You realize that he wound up doing it. Was that the whole thing? They reveal this very early in the Apple series, so I'm trying to be careful not to spoil. But it gets accused of murdering his prosecutor colleague because he was having an affair with her. Right.
And the story goes from there. And I do think, from what I heard, Apple did change the ending a little bit, so I really don't know how it's going to end up.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's a pretty cool. Yeah. That's cool. I like that. I'd watch that.
Yeah, it's really good so far. But I ventured out to the theater a little bit here this week, as I like to do. Whenever you did?
Yep. I got something for you later on. Yep.
All right, cool. I went to see The Watchers. I don't follow or listen to critics, and this is the film that was written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, Ashana. And he produced it, of course. I went to see it. I know the critics have destroyed it. I know it hasn't done extremely well at the box office. Another example of don't listen to critics. I really enjoyed it. Actually,
Really?
I
Wow.
thought, yeah. Now here's, but here's a great topic for
What's
you guys.
the plot? Give us the plot.
The plot is essentially this woman ends up in the middle of this. She has to deliver a parrot for a pet store, and she ends up in the middle of it's in Ireland, and she ends up in the middle of the woods. And in the woods, she gets lost, and immediately people are calling her to this home. And they go into this home, and every night at a certain time, when the sun goes down, everybody has to face the window and let these mysterious creatures watch them and study them. And that's what you need to do every night. And the story gets crazier and crazier from there. There's a lot of fables that are brought into it. It's very M. Night Shyamalan, to be fair.
Right. Sure.
Do you represent
And
them?
that's
Full disclosure, do you represent them?
No, I wish I did, because
All right.
I actually am a big fan. I've only met M. Night a couple times, but I'm a big fan of their work. Here's the criticism that she got, and I think it's unfair. The criticism is that it's too much in the M. Night genre. But so what? So what? If she wants to continue that brand and wants
But
to
she
write
loves,
and do
yeah, so
amazing,
what?
yeah. People criticize Jason Reitman. People criticize Sofia Coppola, with the whole nepotism thing. And you know what? Those are two of the best directors out there today.
By the way,
I'm
a huge Sofia Coppola fan. She was terrific. The Virgin Suicides, with that, right off the bat, I thought she was a great filmmaker.
She was. She got panned for when she appeared in Godfather 3, and probably deservedly so. But she found her wheelhouse. She directed Lost in Translation.
Yeah.
She is an excellent director. So I'm telling your audience, give it a shot. I think it's really good. If you're a fan of the M. Night kind of genre, I think you'll really, really enjoy it. So I went to see that. VG, what did you see?
I saw Thelma last night. Have you seen this?
No. What'd you think?
All right. I loved it. It's not, Anne probably wouldn't like it. It's cute. It's a good date night movie. It stars a 94-year-old woman, June Squibb. She's actually 94. I don't know how old she is in the movie. And she tracks down people who scammed her out of money with Richard Roundtree.
Good. It's a good premise.
They bust out of she busts him out of a retirement home. And they're on an electric scooter tracking down gangsters or criminals. Cool. But yeah, it's really, they go after the cliche action film, but they do it in a way that doesn't make it cliche. So it's kind of funny. She's trying to go through this, sneak through a place, and how it'd be Tom Cruise with lasers where he has to bend to get under. She's trying to step over a broken lamp and stuff, and they're trying to guide her through it. It's well done. I liked it.
That's great. I saw the trailer for it before I saw Run Lola Run, and I thought it looked pretty good. It's got two of my favorite actors in there as well. You got Parker Posey, legend. Yes. You got Malcolm McDowell. McDowell, legend.
Yep. It's 97 minutes. It's an easy in and out.
So I need you to talk about Donald Sutherland. We lost one of the great character actors. Just a fantastic character. I love Donald Sutherland.
Yeah.
Give me some of your favorite roles.
Very, very diverse actor, right? His cameo, so to speak, in Animal House will be legendary. I don't know why that's never mentioned. Absolutely legendary. I loved him. This is going to sound weird, but everybody may know I'm a huge horror fan. I loved him in the remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. He's just, the guy just truly amazing. Even just recently, I showed my daughter the movie The Italian Job. Yeah. She loves those heist films, and he plays the dad, in that movie. But yeah, I get sad when I see guys like him going. I really do. Along those lines, I watched. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm just gonna say there's an art to the character actor, who blends into the scenery and so well in different roles that can make those characters come to life. I love those guys because those are the guys who truly make stories come to life.
They do, and they steal the show from the main cast, right? I mean, like even Donald Sutherland's appearance in JFK, when he shows up in Oliver Stone's JFK, I mean, he steals the show. I mean, I'm gonna miss guys like him. And along those lines, I watched the Netflix documentary about Gene Wilder, who, you know, I mean, if you're not moved by watching that documentary and just amazingly impressed by that guy's talent and also seemingly a wonderful person, I don't think anything will move you. But that documentary is called Remembering Gene Wilder, and it just landed on Netflix, and it's fantastic.
I was going through Donald Sutherland, like he was relevant for 55 years. Like I was going through 60s, you got Dirty Dozen, 70s Animal House and MASH, 80s Ordinary People, 90s JFK. I don't have anything for the 2000s, but 2010s he's in Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Beer Fest.
Beer Fest.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, like a lot of the social media when he passed, it was like from Hunger Games for all the new people. 'Cause that's all they know him from, but fascinating.
Yeah, that's the real sign of a real talent, and also someone who's just willing to, you know, really act. You know, everyone nowadays is like, oh, in order to act a certain part, you have to be of that group. You have to be, you know, to play someone who's disabled, you have to be disabled or play, like, you know, everyone's trying to fit everybody into those boxes. But acting is about stretching, about playing someone that you are not. And Donald Sutherland is always one of those guys who took on so many different roles: comedy, drama, you know, thriller. I mean, the guy with horror, the guy was incredible.
So what do you got for us, pal?
So let's see what else I watched this week. I'm finishing up Dark Matter on Apple. The last episode will premiere this week. I thought it stayed very strong throughout, a little confusing from a sci-fi standpoint. But I watched, cuz I think you may like this. I watched the prequel to The Omen called First Omen, which is out there. And I'm telling you, it's great.
I saw
it's great.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was decent. It was much better than the reviewers and the ratings. Yeah.
I have interest in that.
Absolutely.
That was one of the scariest films. So this is a prequel to The Omen?
Yeah.
It basically what it does. It's a great storyline, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great thriller.
Oh, it's
but
in
then
Italy,
what
too.
it does at in Italy, that's right. And what happens at the very end of it? No spoilers, because this is what it's being written about. But it connects this film to the birth of Damien, who appears obviously in the 1976 film with Gregory Peck and Lee Remick. So it directly explains Damien and how Damien ended up with Gregory Peck and Lee Remick in 1976. That's cool.
I like to watch that. Yeah. That's interesting.
That was good.
That's cool.
Yeah. Two more things for you, more just kind of newsworthy for you. The first is, you know, on the strength of Netflix bringing back shows like Suits and Your Honor, which JP talked about, and streaming those types of things. They've also brought, you know, we talked about Killing Eve. They're bringing all these shows back on Netflix. Well, so they just brought back Dexter, the famous Showtime series, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And they, on the strength of that, they're in pre-production on a Dexter prequel starring Christian Slater, who's playing Dexter's dad.
I like Christian Slater.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, anything Christian is in, he's very good at. And the last thing I want to bring up, you guys may have talked about this week. Did you talk about the Netflix Experience restaurant and store that's coming to Philly?
No. Coming to King of Prussia,
All
right?
right. Yeah. So Netflix is only doing 2 of these to try them out. One's, I think, in Texas, and the other one's at King of Prussia. And basically, it's going to be an immersive experience place where you can go and buy merch from all your favorite Netflix shows, but they're going to do food and drink from all your Netflix shows, and it's going to be like a whole experience that they're going to do from time to time.
So is it like a Planet Hollywood type of place?
Yes. So it seems like.
I think so. So, yeah. So we're one of the only 2 locations to try it out. So that'll be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do a remote from there.
Yeah, I would do that. We should do that.
You know, I watched, is it Brat or Bratz? you recommended last
Yeah.
week?
Yeah, brats.
Yeah.
That's all right. You know, the thing I got out of it was they're all worth like 10 to 12 mil, except for Demi Moore and Rob Lowe. So the label didn't affect anyone who was beautiful. The two beautiful people seem to have no problem with the label. Everyone else is like, it ruined us.
You know what's funny? It's funny you say that about their net worth because, you know, working in the industry, I know personally that a lot of those reported net worths are completely wrong. They're completely off base. So I was wondering as I was watching it, who managed to retain their money and make money through all those years? Like, is ALLCITY able to retain her money?
Right.
Like, I thought that part was actually interesting. I kept thinking about that too.
Yeah, I was every time someone popped up, I check out their net worth. Demi Moore like crushes them all with the reported 200 mil. Everyone else is like 10 to 12 mil, which sounds substantial, but living in like Hollywood area, 10 to 12 mil is not going to do much for you.
Well, and also I do challenge it because think about it, VG. You know, what they were making on films back in the day is not what they make today.
Yeah.
So they were making, you know, significantly less money a significantly long time ago.
Mhm.
So who really knows? But I found the whole thing fascinating in that who would participate and who would not. Like, why does Judd Nelson not want to participate,
Right.
or Molly Ringwald, or you know what I mean?
And the music was great. You were right about that.
Yeah, it's so cool, so cool. Very nostalgic. Made me very nostalgic for sure.
You thought you were going into less than zero. Or...
Yeah.
Brett, and I told you guys, Bret Easton Ellis has a new series coming out in a few months based on his latest book about a serial killer. So, you know, he's one of those guys that brings all that old music back into his productions.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have that feel too.
Yeah, he always did. Yeah. My brother, great stuff. I have a
Thanks,
Zoom.
boys.
I have a Zoom coming up with the olive oil people. So
All right.
like in 40 minutes. So
Okay, keep me posted.
I will. It's a project that we're working on. So love you, buddy. Love you,
Thanks, guys.
Todd.
Nice work,
Todd.
Todd.
Have a weekend, boys.
That's TV Todd.
TV time.
Love TV Todd.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
He's another guy who just makes me feel good when I see and hear him.
Yes, he's got a great personality.
Great energy.
How he is exactly what he is. You want to hang out with him.
Yeah.
You want to watch movies and TV with him.
Would love to watch a movie. A horror movie with him.
We'll
I
do
would
it
love
together.
to. Yeah.
We'll go do it one day. Guys, thanks. That's going to do it for us. Great work, Andrew. JPVG, excellent. Always fun. Thanks for watching, everybody, listening. Remember, subscribe if you would. It'll help us create more of this content. Stick with all PHLY.
Oh, let's give a shout
All
out
right.
to Carson for tweaking you every morning and getting you all fired up.
Yes, he's
No
the
need for coffee.
antidote for my allergies. So thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. All right, be careful. We love you. We'll see you on Monday.
See you guys.
We all silly like the mayor.